celebrating Charlie's assassination on other campuses across the country. You should know that your side is insane. This photo is going around, but it may be a deep fake or it may be extremely old because just a brief search doesn't pull up any news articles about it, showing what looks to be graffiti on a sign outside of Seattle Central College. If this was real, I would assume that it would be making headlines. It also looks like this was taken in the fall, still a little bit too early in September. That just shows how dangerous these deep fakes are getting. Thousands, perhaps tens of thousands of people, particularly on TikTok, are posting videos. I showed some of them yesterday, celebrating Charlie's assassination. Many of them are teachers. I saw one, maybe I'll show it in a little bit, of someone in the U.S. military in his uniform celebrating it. And several of them have already been identified and fired. And there are teams of people out there tracking them down and alerting their place of employment and their colleges about what it is that they're saying. And I fully endorse and encourage that because that is not cancel culture. These are people who you can't trust to be your coworkers. These are people who would poison your coffee if they could get away with it. These are people who would not alert you to a danger on a work site, on a job site, because they hate you, hoping that you would get hurt or worse. These people are not Americans. These people are dangerous. Blue Sky, which is this leftist alternative to Twitter, where all the loser liberals flooded to when Elon bought Twitter, claiming that it's not safe for them anymore. It's too much hate speech over there, have been flooding Blue Sky with celebrations and encouragement of more violence. And so then Blue Sky had to officially warn the users, hey, by the way, that's against our terms of service, liberals. People like
I'm done with you, Acid. I'm never coming to your chat again, ever. You're a fucking punk, and I'm going to kick you right in the nuts. You fucking weak motherfucker. You and Patrick Rowe can have your little love affair. That's the entertainment you get. That's what you got, fucking Patrick Rowe. That's what you're reduced to, Acid Trip. I'm not coming to your chat no more. I'm never posting there. I'm never coming on your panel ever again. Go ahead and talk about me. Because now I'm going to really crush you, Acid Trip. I'm really going to crush you now, boy. You're fucked. Nobody goes to your chat.
I've been studying figures like Charlie Kirk and his.
That motherfucker isn't even a streamer. I'll never stick up for you, Acid, ever again. Nope. Don't care about your chat. I don't care about you, your well-being, nothing. Fuck you.
I'm certainly not celebrating, but as someone who has studied him and extremist movements for years,
you're a punk, Acid. You've been evicted. You think Patrick Rowe is funny? You go right ahead. Patrick New York, I'm never going to his chat again. Never. I'm done with you, Acid. You're a nobody.
I would almost guarantee that this is the kind of woman that this veteran fighting fascism is into. Let's listen to him.
The sympathy for Charlie Kirk is weird. There seems to be this weird emphasis on taking the moral high ground and that you are somehow a better person if you're like, I feel bad for his family. This is the world he wanted and the world he was building. This is a white supremacist who wanted both of us dead. He was shot in the middle of saying something transphobic about trans people.
No, he was actually saying that you tend to be violent because you're disturbed in numerous different ways, which you just confirmed to us, sir.
Starting the school year, Team Phone Free is on a mission to show what's possible when smartphones are put away for the day. Without constant distractions from notifications, he's able to stay on top of what his teacher's saying. A phone-free day
is which you just confirmed to us, sir. And just a heads up, I'm not going to bleep these. Some of these may have swearing in them. Usually I run a very family-friendly show, but I don't have the time to go in and edit these. I think people should hear just how deranged these people are. And so this guy just posted this on his TikTok account with his name, Scott Copeland. Well, probably has went private by now or deleted his account, hoping not to face the repercussions that he deserves for saying this.
Where the fuck was this guy last summer, huh? We got
referring to Butler and the assassination attempt against President Trump.
an ear hole in our greatest time of need, and this motherfucker's over here breaking necks from 200 yards away. What the fuck? Couldn't have picked a better target? Charlie Kirk? Really? Okay. Rest in piss, I guess.
Wishing that this guy would have obviously done it to President
This guy said, "Rest in piss." Wow, logical. You're part of that fucking group.
There's this guy who was
I'm watching Mark Dice.
appearing to turn to the shooter and cheer and celebrate. And then someone purporting to be him posted something on social media claiming he was trying to distract the shooter, which doesn't make any sense at all, combined with the look of joy on his face.
Well, I just saw the video of Charlie Kirk getting his box boomed. I mean, boomed, bitch, like gone.
You can tell that this is a member of the LGBT.
Boy, that TikTok is a fucking cesspool.
Ring, and he just has that feminine.
You
look.
fuckers that engage on TikTok, you guys are a bunch of fucking fools.
And I don't need to translate this N-word ghetto speak to you, right? We all understand what he's talking about. Boomed, his boxy. They try to use these certain keywords that the algorithm on TikTok won't pick up. And so they don't want to say exactly what they're talking about to avoid the videos getting flagged for violent content. That's why they all speak in these keywords.
Save your sympathy for the kids who are getting bombed in Palestine. Save your sympathy for the people who are getting thrown in the concentration camps right now. Save
She's talking about people who are being deported, the criminal illegal alien invaders.
your fucking sympathy for the people getting deported right now for no reason.
No reason.
Save your sympathy for those people and not an evil man who has done nothing but harm other people and be a Nazi.
See, they bleep that out because Nazi will trigger the algorithm. It'll be detected and flagged, so they call it Yahtzee. The kids got all these little tricks, but obviously another dysgenic mutant signaling to others with her fluorescent hair and nose ring. And because normal people are outraged at what these animals are celebrating and encouraging and doing their best to identify them and report them to their place of employment, giving the left a taste of their own medicine. But again, this is not cancel culture. This truly is consequence culture because these people are dangerous, deserve to be locked up in mental institutions. Places like Rolling Stone magazine are upset about it, saying the MAGA right says that Charlie Kirk is a martyr for freedom of expression, but still want people to lose their jobs for criticizing his rhetoric. That's all they're doing is criticizing his rhetoric. No, they're celebrating his murder and wanting more. The tiger doesn't change its stripes, and even though Jim Acosta has been fired from the Clown News Network, he is still the same. Listen to this.
Yeah, I mean, there's exploitation going on of his death, and it's happening on the right, and it's absolutely disgraceful, and it's sending us down a course where more people are probably going to get hurt. And I mean, that to me that's where I kind of held my breath yesterday, is that
because you don't care, you don't want people to know, you were hoping that this was just going to be a little blip on the radar, not that it would be 24/7 news coverage eclipsing virtually all of the September 11th anniversary coverage yesterday.
You know, I think we're now in a moment, and there's not a whole lot you and I can do about this, Mike. You and I can talk.
Well, actually, Jim, it's people like you who were part of the problem, which helped incite this. Here's a diversity hire on CBS's morning show, blaming, of course, Republicans.
And as Tony mentioned, not everyone took to his words or his rhetoric. You know, at times they were offensive to specific communities. But with that said,
oh no, specific communities. We've been talking about the trans community. You know, Charlie Kirk was actually pretty moderate, and if people didn't like what he was having to say, the movement is now taking a sharp right turn. So get ready.
This is not the time to focus on that. We are focused on this tragedy. Speaking of this tragedy, is this a moment for your party to reflect on?
For your party. He's talking to Kevin McCarthy, the former Speaker of the House. This is a time for your party to reflect on the rhetoric that you've been engaged in.
Political violence? Is it a moment for us to think about the responsibility of our political leaders and their voices and what it does to the masses as they get lost in misinformation or disinformation that turns in and spills in?
He's literally framing it as if it's only coming from the Republicans, and you could see how uncomfortable his co-host is. She's sitting there, like kind of like her neck. That's a nonverbal sign of discomfort, and she does weigh in then with this.
To political violence.
I say both parties. You know,
I don't even say parties.
That was a nice try, man, but we all know that literally 99% of the violent rhetoric is coming from the left, from people like this.
This. You support a shooter?
Yep, sure do. Freedom.
You support Charlie Kirk shooter?
Sure do. He does them a favor.
The shooter did them a favor, he says, but just wait for it because this clown got his karma real quick. This was recorded Wednesday night, the night of the assassination.
Okay. Do you have a job here in Seattle?
Nope. I TikTok for a living.
He does TikTok for a living, which means he literally lives in his mother's basement and makes like $500 or $700 a month. Well, let's see how that's turning out for you, sir.
A few moments later.
Oh, so you Trump supporters want to call my mom and threaten to kill my mom? Oh, yeah. That's why I called the police on you. And I'm reporting you for doxing and harassment. You're going to fucking prison.
It sounds like you two.
Federal charge. You're really going to call my mom and threaten her on the phone? Yep. Okay, I didn't want to bring the police in this because I hate the police, but now I'm going to.
He hates the police. They hate the police.
They can trace your phone calls. You called my mom and said you're going to kill her? Okay, wait till I get home.
I doubt they did that. They probably were talking trash and she misinterpreted it and got scared because Trump supporters aren't that dumb to call and make those kinds of threats. But
Patrick, New York, I'm not going back to Acid Trip. I'm not going to support him anymore. I don't even want to talk about him. I'm done with that dumb fucker. You were a dumb motherfucker, Acid Trip, and now you're on the list. You're on the same list with Wiggin and Charlie and the whole fucking lot of them. Yep. Yeah, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding now, Pesh Patel. You entertain that stupid motherfucker like that all right? When before I had a wrench in there and then he fucking quit coming because I timed the dumb motherfucker out. So you're one of them, Acid Trip. You fucking teeter-totter back and forth all the fucking time. You're more wishy-washy than Wiggin is. Bad move, Alpesh. Bad fucking move today. Now you are under my skin. Now I am bothered by you. And when the time is right, you're going to get fucked.
This is, well, I would call this instant karma. And then there's Rabbi Shmuley, the Jewish rabbi who literally sells butt plugs with his daughter.
Patrick's out here. Patrick Rowe thinks he's out here trolling.
Shop over in Israel. I know a lot of people don't understand.
If you're going to troll somebody, unblock me.
A Jewish country, like a Jewish.
Unblock me, Patrick.
It's a secular
in Vegas.
Country,
you want a duel? Unblock me.
Gay capital of the Middle
fucking
East.
lazy bastard.
He posted on Twitter, on X, that
they're going to come at you, Patrick Rowe, especially Tassie Joe.
Many times, and he's in shock and praying for his recovery. But help protect him. Help protect Rabbi Shmuley. And then he included a link to his GoFundMe because this guy is such an incendiary dirtbag that he riles up some of the crazies. And so he fundraises off of that, saying that he needs protection from them. If you're not familiar with him and his antics, I know that this just seems like a parody account or a troll, but this guy is, well, I mean, he technically is a rabbi, and he literally is fundraising money for himself off of Charlie's death. And speaking of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, their prime minister, appeared on Fox News to supposedly speak some kind words about his friend Charlie, only then to pivot and make it about Israel.
Well, he's got Patrick Rowe. That's all he has. He's got Patrick Rowe and Andy 504. That's all he has. Everybody else doesn't. Nobody likes you, Acid. Just what you want. Nobody likes you.
Human rights. rights. They speak about free speech, but they use violence to try to take down their enemies, whether it's President Trump, who's been almost assassinated twice, or, they try to kill me here too.
And the attack on October 7th, we know. He's been doing a PR tour on big conservative podcasts.
That was a bad move, Acid. Bad move. You should have kicked that motherfucker, because I had something I wanted to talk to you about. Now I'm not gonna. No, it's fuck you, Acid Trip. Never gonna support you ever again. Never. And you need my support, Acid, to stay fucking alive out here. Because you're just like Wiggin. I'm your content.
He kind of rubs elbows with that inner circle. When he went over to Israel to do that tour to get the talk, I
wasn't telling anybody who to bring up on. I just asked him to kick him because I wanted to talk to you. And I didn't want him up there. So fuck you, Acid.
We had an incredible time.
I'm gonna fucking break both your fucking arms, you fucking punk.
Spit on one of the
snap.
And immediately after, there was an adult that came by and said, "That's not a representation of who we are."
And you want to know why I'm all animated? Is because they shot Charlie Kirk. Another fucking murder by these fuckers. And JC sits. JC,
interesting phenomenon.
You better go back and look at that fucking stream and fucking re-listen to what I said, JC, and you better take it to heart.
By repeating my call to action that colleges across the country,
nobody's using your fucking chat for bait, trying to make yourself a victim again. I'm sick of you motherfuckers.
What he sacrificed so that students, not only today, but in future generations, many years from now, will learn about Charlie Kirk, his debates on college campuses, and what the psychotic left and the liberal media and the Democrats in Congress.
Well, that's all he has, New York. I'm just going to call you New York from now on. I don't even want to call you Patrick.
Here at Rena Center, you could get instantly approved for up to $4,000.
Oh. Wonder if I get away with this. Hank Williams Jr. You're done, Acid Trip. I'm fucking finished with you. Tony, I hope you're watching because I'm done with your fucking friend, Acid Trip. He's getting buried. Won't nobody be going to his chat because I'm not going back there. Wiggin can bring him some numbers. Hey, Logical. I see some other people online are using your line, rest in piss. You go ahead, keep using my mother's picture, Logical. You're only making it worse for JC. Because I'm not going to let up on you now, JC. Nobody's using your chat for bait. You're the one who does all the baiting. You got the biggest race baiter sits on your panel every day. Angie Fox is a race baiting bitch. You guys are the haters. There's only a finite number of people in YouTube chat participating in this shit. The good people usually just kind of remain silent and sit back and giggle. They all don't want to engage. Come on up and call me right wing. Sick of you guys and your fucking right wing leader, Charlie Kirk. Right wing leader. So promoting the Constitution of the United States is right wing. I'm sick of you fuckers. I want to just fucking smash you. You're going to need a gun to fight me. You want angry, Wiggin? You got angry. I'm fucking angry. Today is National Hate Jara Wiggin and National Hate JC Day. Both you motherfuckers. Wiggins the one using your chat, JC, and then you want to blame the rest of us. Fuck you. Hope you're recording this. I've been live 20 minutes. You guys don't fucking dare. Come on up, JC. Come talk to me one-on-one. Just you and me. I won't let nobody up. Not even Rusty. Come on up. No Gotti, nobody. Come on up here and talk to me, JC. Be a strong woman for once. Come on. I'm calling you out, JC. Come up here and tell me how I'm using your chat for bait. Please. You had that in your title all day yesterday. Then you said, I sat here and talked with my microphone off. No. JC, come up here and tell me who's using your chat for bait. I want to know. Can you be specific? Who the fuck is using your chat to bait? Streamers using your chat, you said. I'm waiting, JC. Keep making me wait. I just get worse. It just gets worse, JC. It's not going to get any better unless you do the right thing. You do the right thing, JC, then I'll fucking let up. But I'm not going to let up. About it, Wiggin. You bring your fucking toothless face up here. Come on up. Tell me how you're going to destroy Billy Hayden. We all did, New York. Not just me. We all did. I had a lot of help, and I appreciate that. Yeah. I wouldn't be able to do it without the support I get, especially from Rusty. Yeah, I probably would have just quit. You know, not even bothered, because really Wiggins not worth it. You know? But somebody needs to do the motherfucker. He chose me. I had a wrench in his chat at one time. I didn't abuse it. He get mad. He come in with his own clone, post at me with a derogatory remark. I timed that fucking that handle out, and Wiggin would bitch at me. Didn't you, Wiggin? How many times did I have a wrench in your chat, Wiggin, and you make a clone and they post at me something derogatory and I time it out and you get mad? Just to do it, because that's what you do. That's what you do, Wiggin. You're a little fucking piss pot, just like Patrick Rowe. And I got Tassy Joe calling him Piss Pot Pat because that's what he is. He's a piss pot. Doesn't bother me if Tassy trolls me. I don't really care. I don't think she's schizophrenic. She might have some sort of depression. You know, nobody, man or woman, when they get older, they don't really want to be alone. That woman is alone. She's in her 50s and she's alone. That can be stressful on a person. I know that. Like I said, Tassie, you take me wrong. I think, you know, you adjust. People do. I've overcome many people in these chats. I've changed hearts and minds, and that's what pisses Wigan off. Because I can influence people. And I do influence people. And I enjoy influencing people the right way. You're immature, Wigan. Very immature. And so isn't your little girlfriend. Come on in here, Patrick Rowe. Come on in here. Bring your shit in here, Patrick. Come on, Patrick, because nobody's is at acid trips now. We all left. Nobody's over there posting. He said he'd be back in 15 minutes, and that was 45 minutes ago. There you go, Patrick. Click on that fucking link. I don't think I have anybody blocked. Let me look. I might. I got to check. Yeah, I got Schrodinger's cat blocked. Empress, because he keeps coming up here wanting to show me his prick. And then he's crying, oh, I don't porn bomb. Yeah, you do, Empress Chinchilla. You're a fucking porn bomber. She's coming around, Patrick. I'm going to win her heart. She sees the truth. She knows what's true. She knows I'm not a bad guy. I'm not the bad guy. No, I'm not. And JC, she did it again. After the fact, she turns it around and makes like us streamers are using her chat for bait. When she sits there and trolls people, her friends troll people constantly. Ramona, this morning, in Vegas chat, oh, that guy was a pro, referring to who shot Charlie Kirk. They're gloating in this shit. They watch what's going on in the social media and all that crap, and they gloat on this crap. These motherfuckers are violent. I see purple hair, I think of a violent person because they get mad. If you look at them and you think they look funny, oh, you're homosexual and you fucking, you don't agree with that lifestyle, it's not right. They label you a hater. How about it? How about you, Angie? Come on up here, Angie. You said you were reading at age 2. I'd like to know what you were reading when you were 2 years old. Oh, you asked my mother. Well, bring your mother with you. I'm looking at my batteries, make sure they're charged. Well, Dassie's welcome to come in here, New York. Unless you fucking done something to earn a block or whatever. Yeah, what do you get? Paul Beachlife comes in. Oh, do push-ups. Oh, do push-ups. Oh, do push-ups. Oh, do push-ups. You can't do 10 push-ups. Just to try to be annoying. Blue Jays love unshelled, unsalted peanuts. It's like a toy to them. Cracker Jack, fucking popcorn with a prize. So I guess this is the deal this morning. JT has a chat. Okay, he has a gaming chat where they play video games. So Bud and them, they go there to watch to see what's being said. I'm reading it in Vegas. Well, Acid Trip is back. Let's see if Patrick Rowe returns. See, you don't understand something, Patrick Rowe. He does that so you will leave because he can't. Acid doesn't make the greatest decisions. He really doesn't. He's going to let Patrick Rowe up there in what? Trash Billy Hayden. And that motherfucker blocks me in Vegas, JC's chat.
The fucking dad's back, motherfuckers.
I'm right here, Acid Trip. Oh, look at there's another wiggy. Oh, Sinman's got something to say. No, her old man left her. She's a divorcee, and she's mad at the whole world because of her ex-husband. That's the norm. And you really can't blame a woman who does that in a way. Depends on how far they take it. Because Monica tried to hook me up with Tassie Joe. Tassie. See, here's the thing about Tassie. She acts like she's offended by something, but she can be pretty offensive. I've seen her do it. She knows what buttons to push. She does. I've seen her do it. Especially now with Patrick Rowe, because Patrick Rowe running around calling her Testicle Joe. And fucktards like you, Acid, are letting him fucking do it. You let him have time on your panel, you have nothing else, Acid. Nothing. And you got Patrick Rowe. That's what you're left with, Acid Trip. Let me be a Wiggin, right? You have no place to go. No, Tassie Joe wishes a guy she would be attracted to would come along and treat her like a woman. All women want that. JC's never going to have another man. This online relationship fucking crap she does. I mean, once again, there's fire up on her panel constantly. And then she wants to say that we use her for bait. JC, you use your own chat for you use your chat for bait. You bait people to come into your chat. That's what you do. People come into your chat so Randy can get their avatars or their pictures and make his shit. And the other ones do it too, JC. You're not fooling anyone, JC. Yes, I do believe you're stupid. You really are stupid.
What's going on, nutters? Wow. I think it's time to ring LD's medical board and report him for spreading COVID.
Now, Acid Trips on LD. LD, come up here the other night. I got COVID. I had to buy a testing. Well, why do I fucking care if you catch COVID, LD? Why? You come up and you talk about you.
That's right. Oh, no.
I'm not here to talk about me. I don't sit here and talk about me, like the motherfuckers do. Go to Shannon's chat. It was always me, I, all the fucking time. You couldn't have a conversation with her. No fucking way. There's not having a conversation with and her little friend, especially that fucking Captain Spaulding, that guy. Hi, squirrel. Bye, squirrel. They fucking cleaned up one pile of them peanuts already. Bye, Patrick Rowe. I just banned you. You're gone. You have no voice here, Patrick. Bye. You can post in the side chat if you think you want to. Bye. Everybody, Patrick just come up in my backstage, but I banned him. You ain't coming up here, pal. Go back to Acid Trips chat, where you belong. You're nobody, Patrick Rowe. A nobody. Sad. You're somebody to fucking Acid Trip, though. Go there. That's where you belong. Besides that, my radio program is going to be on here in a few minutes. Your days are done, Patrick Rowe. Your fucking career is over. He was New York. He just come up in my backstage, but I banned him. He's fucking banned. It's him because he turned his camera on. Yep, says Patrick Rowe. Congratulations, Patrick. You're banned along with Empress Chinchilla. Two out of 500 people banned from my fucking panel. I ain't gonna fucking, it ain't gonna do anything to me. You're done, Patrick. And I mean Patrick Rowe. I'm not gonna call you Patrick New York. I'm just gonna call you New York now. New York or NY. I might just say NY. That's a good nickname. NY. Hey, NY. NY. My fucking phone at. NY. Get used to it. Shut up, Tessa. Get the fuck out of my face before I ban you. Don't talk to me about Empress, Tessa. Go be with your people, Tessa. I'm not fucking dealing with you. You know what he does. You know exactly what he does, Tessa. You dumb fucker. Wow, Tessa, did you retract your remark? I can see it right here. I went to your channel and look, you made that handle in 2018. Yeah, you tried to troll me in Pines and Palms there, Tessa. Tessa, you and your little friend fucking Empress Chinchilla, that punk motherfucker. That's right, Shane Goodner, you're a punk. All mouth. Bunch of middle-aged men who drink heavily and they don't have a driver's license. It says a lot. It says a lot. Vader, you, Will Durant. You guys don't even have your own home. I mean, maybe, let's say I live in a dump. At least I have my own place. I'm not living with my fucking mother or another man. I don't have a roommate. If I had a roommate, it wouldn't be a man. I'd tell you that right now. I ain't living with no man. I did when I was in the Navy. You ain't really don't have much choice there when you're on a ship. You're on a ship with no women. You know, the oldest jokes in the world are sailor jokes. You motherfuckers could never handle it. You could never do a fucking job like that. In any capacity. Even just peeling potatoes. You know, JC, you sit there, yesterday you're calling us that we're using your chat as bait. Well, I'm the bait.
Chris Plant here, excited to tell you that we already have over 100 listeners booked for our July 2026 Mediterranean Sea Cruise. If you haven't booked yet, what are you waiting for? Join in on the fun. Visit ChrisPlantCruise.com.
Are your paid search campaigns struggling to drive real growth? Viant helps you reach more of your audience right where they're watching. Streaming TV. Get started today at ViantCTV.com.
Prescription products require completion of an online medication consultation with an independent healthcare provider through the licensing platform and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Individual results may vary. Additional restrictions apply at lifemd.com. Read all warnings before using GLP-1s. Side effects may include a risk of thyroid T-cell tumors. Do not use GLP-1s if you or your family have a history of thyroid cancer.
Confused on where to start with weight loss medication? See the lowest prices available with or without insurance for Wegovy, Zepbound, and more at trylifemd.com. 95% of LifeMD patients said starting their weight loss journey was simple. Listen to Tara's story after losing 42 pounds.
You just take your shot. It doesn't feel like you're on.
Wow, Lady Venom worried about someone calling Doug's wife when Doug was going to go visit her.
This was life altering, and if I can do it, I feel like anybody can do it.
Get your free insurance benefits check in minutes right now at trylifemd.com. Nearly 96%.
You're a real piece of shit, Lady Venom, and I was right about you. You've been in with JC right from the start. That's actually JC's daughter.
After an evening-long lockdown was lifted at the Naval Academy after an apparent case of swatting. 7 News reporting
they played all that commercial before they put the live on that. Almost 2 minutes.
The midshipman hiding in place thought the officer was the active shooter and attacked them. At some point in that struggle, the officer's gun went off, hitting that midshipman in the shoulder. We spoke with a woman who lives across the street and heard warnings coming over the loudspeakers.
It said the shelter in place. I'm like, okay, I've been living here for 15 years. That's strange.
General public visitation at the Naval Academy is closed today as the investigation continues. We're told the midshipman who was taken to the hospital is in stable condition.
7 News' Adriana Hopkins, a number of historically black universities also received unfounded threats that caused classes to be canceled, including Virginia State and Hampton universities. And the Democratic leaders of the Maryland House and Senate both received bomb threats at their homes, neither threat ultimately deemed to be credible. The federal crime crackdown...
Tessa, I'm going to tell you right now, Chinchilla is one that erases his comments all the time. So back then when you seen somebody would post and they erase their comments, that was Chinchilla doing that. So Tessa, you actually are Chinchilla. I've known that forever. You're not fooling anybody. You're really not. You should have never pretended to be the wife of a restaurant owner, because that's right up my alley. You're a dumb fucker, Shane. You are a dumb fucker. And I can't wait for Rusty to come out with the fucking video on you. It's going to be good. I fully support Rusty. I hope I'm making her money. I hope I help her earn a living doing this. I really do. My pleasure.
But it was too late. Police have launched a death investigation. Fire officials have not yet given a cause for the fire. Metro's board of directors met for the first time after summer recess.
Right there, Wiggin. You ain't got the fucking balls to come up here.
But troubling news about Metro's service, a shortage of bus drivers.
Yeah, that's Empress Chinchilla doing that. That's who that is. It's all right. I sub to that. I have that channel now. He's going to get a surprise. He can change his picture now. I'm going to get every single one of them. He's fucked. You're fucked, Empress. These fuckers. He can retract it all he wants. I still see it. I mean, he knows it.
Mediterranean Sea Cruise. If you haven't booked yet, what are you waiting for? Join in on the fun. Visit ChrisPlantCruise.com.
How do you make an Airbnb can be a verbo. Picture a vacation rental with a host who's showing you every room like you've never seen a house before. Now get rid of them. There you go. No host ever. Now it's a verbo. Make it a verbo.
But I don't want to get a flu shot.
You don't want to get the flu again. It's just a teensy little poke. Hi guys, I know you don't like needles, so I brought Fuzzy.
What is that?
It's a device that uses vibration and ice to help take the sting out of shots. See, hun, that wasn't so bad.
Wait, you did it already?
Yep, Fuzzy helps. And Kinney is the only pharmacy that has him.
I'm going to tell everyone I know.
Great. They can schedule online at kinneydrugs.com.
WMAL traffic weather, Jamie Whitten in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Hey, Wiggin, I'm going to stuff my face.
Main Street, eastbound 29 Main Street at Fairfax Boulevard. Still watch for
I have honeydew. Honeydew melon.
Getting by. Road work is now set up on the Beltway outer loop of the American Legion Bridge, blocking the left lane. Watch for that volume delay before River Road. Beltway delays to Silver Spring are now just after New Hampshire Avenue to Georgia Avenue. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast. We'll have sunny to partly cloudy skies here on this finally Friday with highs between about 80 to 84 degrees. Now we are going to be cooling back off into the 50s overnight, so cool tomorrow morning, but a summery feel for your Saturday and Sunday afternoons. Make sure you have the sunglasses and the sunscreen. Sunday, the hotter day, with highs in the mid to upper 80s. I'm 7 News meteorologist Eileen Whalen.
It is 70 at Reagan National. John Matthews, News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Chris Plant.
Yes. Always a great way to start when the buttons don't work. You know, you push them, and the buttons don't work. It's an imperfect world. We're just living in it. A very good and happy Friday to you, and I have some gigantic breaking news. You may have caught this just in the last few minutes. President Trump, a short time ago, I have all the audio for you, saying that the creepy suspect in the assassination of Charlie Kirk is in custody, has been caught, that his father came forward. Additional photographs have emerged, all kinds of weird stuff having to do with these videos and his limping leg. And is that a 30-06 in your pocket, or are you just angry with Charlie Kirk? And we've got a lot of news and new information for you on all of this. A lot going on. Yesterday was, of course, September 11th as well. President Trump went to the New York Yankees game, and it was a sight.
Wow.
I got to tell you,
I'm going to have to check that out.
They cheered President Trump. They chanted USA. They chanted Donald Trump at the Yankees Stadium. President Trump meeting with the members of the Yankees baseball organization.
Wow.
In the clubhouse before the game, and going very, very well. Oh, that's going very, very well. But there are a lot of things to talk about today.
Baseball is almost over with.
The headline is Arrest Made in Charlie Kirk Assassination at Utah University.
This is good news.
I like that headline at the Fox News website.
That's
as
quick.
Opposed to
God is not dragging on for days.
Kirk assassination at Utah University event. And I want to play for you what President Trump said on his Fox News interview this morning, about an hour ago-ish. And boy, there's a lot going on. Now we're standing by for an FBI update, as they say at press conference by the FBI. Now, if you were standing around yesterday waiting for the FBI update, you could have waited for, 7 or 8 hours. And then I had a little bit of a presentation, and it wasn't.
I got that. Look at
because they announced
melon
at the beginning that they're not taking any questions. There will be no questions. Well, that is a statement rather than a press conference. And that happened after how many hours? And Kash Patel got in an airplane and flew to Salt Lake City and from Washington, D.C., presumably, And Dan Bongino got an airplane, maybe the same airplane, maybe a different airplane, and flew to Salt Lake City. And then we didn't hear from either one of them last night. It was a peculiar set of circumstances. And I got to say, after yesterday and the day before yesterday, where they announced they had a subject, person of interest in custody, and then they didn't. And here's the video of the guy saying, I have the right to remain silent, and all kind of weird. And they said, that's not him, we let him go. And then much later during the press conference, I talked about it yesterday in Utah, it was put out on the Twitter that
hello.
Another.
I got all kinds of things going on right now.
Custody that went on for.
I'm sitting here eating melon. You coming in? Are you coming into town, or do you have the kids?
We let him go too. And now today we have.
Oh, I didn't mean right now.
Trump is on Fox News, and now they've got.
Well, I'm live, so tune into my live and talk to me there, will you?
Out of Orem, Utah, and hopefully that will begin while we're on the air. We have a 3-hour show. But I've got to say, there have been some sloppy missteps in the last couple of days.
No.
I think the FBI primarily. But let's get
you're talking about his Yamaha.
Just a little while ago. There is.
Yeah, no, we ain't made no deal
yet. Talk about. The world is it's a mad world. There's no doubt about it. But with that said, and it kind of annoys me when people make missteps at critical times when I think I wouldn't have done it that way. And then it turns out I'm right when I say I wouldn't have done it that way because I like
Scotty. I'm going to tell you right now. If I buy a motorcycle, it's either going to be brand new or it's going to be the Suzuki sitting out here in the yard.
But there's a lot to talk about. Trump tells
when you get time, come in and talk to me, okay? I'm right in the middle of doing shit.
Custody is headline number
all right.
1 this morning.
Be safe. I love you.
Released of Kirk shooting person of interest wearing American flag shirt. That was the lefties are like, oh, look, he's probably, because no Democrat would wear an American flag shirt unless they're murderers who are trying to blend in a crowd of normal people, pro-American normal people with functioning brains. But the Daily Beast, see, and last night the liberal on the Right Squad,
it's working.
On, Newsmax is like, it could be a right winger or an extreme right winger or just a middle of the road right winger, and I'm like, so you just pulled that directly out of your deeply sequestered rectum. That came out of absolutely
one more
nowhere.
piece.
Just amazing stuff. But they're this is what the Democrats do. If they're talking, they're lying. Pretty amazing stuff. Man, oh man. And the left wingers at Mediaite with their headline, law enforcement official, singular, doubtless anonymous, tells New York Times that reports on Kirk shooter's political views could be inaccurate. That's one anonymous source to the New York Times, could be inaccurate. Use softer language there. Amazing. And they're talking, of course, about the transgender and Antifa messages on the ammo, as reported by the Wall Street Journal yesterday morning that I shared with you in real time, as the memo from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms was leaked. And now the Democrats get to work real quick, fake journalists. They, like at the Daily Beast and Mediaite, and they get to work lickety-split. Jennifer Bowers, what's her name? Bonnie. And she's writing, maybe he's not really a transgender Antifa person, even though he wrote that on bullets, according to the ATF memo. Maybe that's all wrong. Because they lie about everything. Isn't it amazing? Maybe not amazing, but certainly appalling, still appalling. And the Democrats, they love murder. Boy, do they love murder. Campus Reform, the great people at Campus Reform, such a wonderful organization. They have a story out of a university, a major American university. College Democrats say there's no reason to feel sorry for murdered Charlie Kirk. And they all jump in there at social media. They get to reveal what slime they are, and they do it quite frequently. But when you hear this, and we've got audio also of a bunch of Democrats saying terrible things about Charlie Kirk, and they're glad that he's dead, because this is what the Democrats have raised in America. This is what their cultural dominance and information dominance and dominance on college campuses and on high school campuses has done to the United States of America. The Democrat Party is raising generations of bloodthirsty ghouls to be the next generation of Democrats. In fact, the current generation of Democrats in America. Isn't that amazing? There was an incident at the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis yesterday that was mostly bizarre, more than anything, but someone was shot by a police officer, and it turns out it was a mistake, and there was a fake, mass shooter on campus report. But we've got that. And in Colorado, a couple of students were shot at a school there, and all they'll say is that the gunman was radicalized by some extremist network. They won't say what the extremist network is, but he sure hated the Jews. So it could just be the Democrat Party in the mainstream. I think that's it. Funny story about Joe Biden's presidential library, which nobody wants to give money to. Nobody wants to give money to build the Joe Biden presidential library. He calls it the library. And what would you put in a Joe Biden library? Anyone, like an auto pen? And what would you put in there? Pretty amazing stuff. I don't know if they could build anything as ugly as the Barack Obama. It's not even a library. What do they call it? A center? Because they know if they call it a library, no Democrats will show up. They're not the readingest bunch in the world. So we've got that. And Joe Biden lashing out at Kamala Harris because he's a racist, just like Kamala Harris said during the presidential debate. Now let's go to the breaking news of the hour and of the day. And that is President Trump this morning on Fox and Friends talking about in the standing by for the FBI. And we intend to go to the FBI or quickly turn around the FBI audio when and if they hold a press conference, because it's been pretty sloppy so far. I've got to say, not to be too critical, but it's pretty obvious for anybody to see. It's plain for the world to see. President Trump this morning on Fox and Friends. And hey, any update on the murder, the assassination of Charlie Kirk?
I think with a high degree of certainty, we have him in custody.
I think with a high degree of certainty, we have him in custody. Now, there are a couple of hedge words in there, a couple of qualifiers. I think with a high degree of certainty, but I don't want to go, too far here because it's the FBI. And even when you put your own guys in charge, maybe it's still the FBI. And sometimes this stuff can be hard too. A lot of developments as we were going yesterday, including these videos that came out in bits and pieces. And we're supposed to assume that everything we're told about the video is true. This is him on the way to the campus, and it looks like he's got a stiff leg or a sprained ankle or maybe a 30-06.
Hey, it's a Friday matinee.
And then there he is jumping off the roof, that video. And he doesn't appear to have a rifle or a stiff leg or anything, and he hangs from the roof and then jumps down 10 feet or so. And did he twist his leg there? I don't know. But you don't see a rifle. But then they say they found the rifle out in the woods off campus. Well, where was the rifle when he was running across the roof and dropping off the roof to bring to the woods to wrap in a towel and leave in the leafy forest out there? Some peculiar things about that I've got to say that I'd like answers to. If I were there asking questions at the FBI briefing, those would be among my questions. President Trump saying, well, how did it happen? How did you get the guy?
I don't want to go too far. I'd like to tell you some stories at how it happened, but essentially somebody that was very close to him turned him in. And that happens when you have some of those good shots. Somebody is going to say, whoa.
Somebody very close to him.
I wouldn't want that on my conscience.
Who would it be?
My son shooting somebody like that and not turn him in. I'd have to.
Somebody very close to him. And it's true. You see,
my father would never bail me out of jail. Never.
Looking at the photos.
Neither would my mother.
You know this guy, if he's your brother, if he's your son, if you went to school with him, if you worked with him, you're going to say, hey, that's Michael Piercy.
I've been to jail once in my life. 11 days.
That blurry photo because it wasn't
no big deal.
Blurry. But there it is. And President Trump then asked, well, tell us more. Somebody very close.
Got charged with a crime. I pled not guilty, and the state wouldn't go to trial.
That's him.
I win.
And essentially went to the father, went to a U.S. Marshal who was fantastic, by the way. And the person was involved with law enforcement, but was a person of faith, a minister. And brought him to a U.S. Marshal who was fantastic. And the father convinced the son, this is it. And again, I'm always subject to be corrected, but I'm just giving you based on what I'm hearing. They'll give you a much more active. I just heard about it 5 minutes before I walked in. As I'm walking in, they said, looking real good. They have the person that they wanted.
The father convinced the son. So a pastor, man of the church who the Democrats condemned.
You won't get this in the news that JC listens to.
God bless. Or
all she does is read headlines.
The Democrats will attack you for that. Jen Psaki attack you that because they're.
All JC does is read headlines.
Party. They're the Democrat Party. That Satan in the morning, Satan in the evening. Ain't they got fun? But the father, President Trump said, convinced the son, and so the pastor went to the father and said, "Hey, these photos are out, and we both know who it is." And apparently, the pastor
wigging out here saying he's a conservative,
convinced the father to come forward and say, "Yes, I recognize that person. It's my son." Lawrence Jones, who actually comes from Campus Reform originally, since we were just talking about them, asked, well, what happens to this guy? And it's Utah. They have, last time I think they had the firing squad last time I looked.
What's going to happen to this guy?
Well, I hope he was going to be found guilty, I would imagine. And I hope he gets the death penalty. What he did, Charlie Kirk was the finest person. He didn't deserve this.
Well, that's for sure. Air Force Two with the vice president aboard. The vice president and Charlie Kirk have been friends for a long time, apparently before J.D. Vance was even in politics. And it was Charlie Kirk that introduced J.D. Vance to Donald Trump and the Trump family, leading J.D. Vance where he is now. J.D. Vance took Charlie Kirk's body aboard Air Force Two back to Arizona. And when Air Force Two landed, the air traffic controller said, "Welcome home, Charlie Kirk. You did not deserve this." We're at 888-630-9625.
There's only one Chris Plant. The Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
WMAL traffic from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center. Crash cleanup continues in the district northbound 395. Please come off the 14th Street Bridge past Main Avenue. Also have volume.
Sinman, I know who you are.
14th Street heading up toward Independence Avenue.
And I'm listening to your chat right now with Acid Trip.
Bridge have cleared out, but if you're taking up 295 northbound, that's stop and go heading into Blue Plains, then good beyond that up to the 11th.
I'm on to you, Acid Trip.
Set up on the Beltway. Outer look at the American Legion Bridge block.
You need me.
Now from garage door.
Better shut Patrick Rowe up. That motherfucker needs to be shut the fuck up. He ain't got no voice here. He tried to come up on my panel again. He thinks he's fucking. You ain't nothing, Patrick. You just wore your welcome out, pal.
Of Rena Center is here. From September 7th through the 13th, take 50% off everything in the store or online.
Probably pretty much.
Biggest savings.
That's why they do that. That's what they're hoping for. If you're in law enforcement, that's what you expect. Hoping, if anybody comes forward, where are the parents? Right? Let's take Alicia's kids. She don't know what her kids are doing because she's not there to watching them. One of them could be committing crimes and she doesn't even know it. And then they get caught. Oh, would you turn your own son in if you knew he murdered somebody? My mother wouldn't have any sympathy for me if I did that. None. They wouldn't come visit me in jail. Never. Meanwhile, you got a bunch of people out here, a bunch of jailbirds like Coffee Man and the others. And they think they have the fucking high moral ground.
You don't want to get the flu again. It's just a teensy little poke. Hi guys, I know you don't like needles, so I brought puppies.
Hey, Wiggin, why don't you come up here and tell me how you're conservative? You care too much about JC to be conservative, Wiggin. You absolutely need JC to have any kind of content. Nobody watches your stream because they want to see you. And there goes one of the Sheen boys, one of the village cops, jogs by here all the time. He has a husky, nice dog. Especially Wiggin and JC.
So we created new products. Our hair growth supplements undergo clinical trials. Millions of women get visibly thicker and stronger hair in just 3 to 6 months.
Start your hair growth journey at Nutrafol.com. That's NUTRAFOL.com.
NFL season is instantly to place your first $5 bet, plus over $200 off NFL Sunday tickets from YouTube and YouTube TV in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8-HOPE-NY and text HOPE-NY 467-469.
Call me a snitch, go on this snitch, mate. All save thousands of people, no save General Hospital. Did you see Compass with no?
Acid Trip, I need to tell you. The LD really does have COVID and he works in a hospital. They're going to know it. They're going to know it. Because every state, you go in here, you go in the hospital, they quit doing the interviews, right? Have you been anywhere in the last 30 days? Right? They're very, this thing about COVID. And it's sensational. Why would you even mention it? LD come up here the other night. I let him up. That's the first thing he said. Oh, I got COVID. Like, I care. He catches a fucking cold.
NBC Fake News. NBC Fake News is reporting that they have the name of the individual arrested as the suspect in the Charlie Kirk assassination.
Now we have a name.
And it's NBC News, so it could very well be wrong, of course, because they get as much wrong as they get right. But the people at NBC Fake News, they say that the person in custody is a 22-year-old from a young male person. I don't know if he's got gender issues yet, but he's a Democrat, and most of them do. But Charlie Kirk suspect named as Tyler Robinson, and the Telegraph out of the United Kingdom with the headline on that too. Suspect named is a Utah resident, and that is a great leap forward, and I'm very happy about that. I talked about this yesterday just a little bit, but the assassination
Utah, isn't that where Petros Papadikos lives? Sean Medley?
1968, right? Shot rang out in the Memphis sky, and free last, all that stuff. And that's how most people under the age of 50 know Martin Luther King assassination. But did you know that the Democrat, James Earl Ray, who assassinated Martin Luther King, and I call him a Democrat because he had been volunteering with the presidential campaign of Democrat Governor George Wallace, who had been running for president in 1968. And James Earl Ray had been volunteering with the racist Democrat Governor George Wallace just a couple of weeks before he went to Memphis and shot and killed Martin Luther King.
Thanks, Sinman. Now I really know who you are.
And was not captured. And boy, was he not captured.
I won't say, though.
He fled. And when I say he
But
fled,
I know who you are now,
He
Sinman.
was gone for 2 months. He was captured on June 8th, right? April, May, June. So it's honestly, it's about 2 months. and he was captured in London, England, at Heathrow Airport. Now, that's been lost to the sands of time, I think. Almost nobody seems to remember that wild detail about the Martin Luther King assassination and James Earl Ray, the Democrat Party campaign volunteer, just like James Hodgkinson, who shot Congressman Steve Scalise, a Bernie Sanders campaign volunteer. I think a pattern is emerging here.
This is the Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
WMAL traffic from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center. Beltway delays are really starting to ease. Slow stretch though is heading across the American Legion Bridge with the roadwork that's set up blocking the left lane after Old Georgetown Road and come off to 70. Baltimore Washington Parkway and Laurel's bunched up in between 198 and 197. Still watch for volume delays across the inbound 14th Street Bridge onto the freeway crash cleanup is near Main Avenue. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Another day of sunny skies with a high of 82. Clear skies overnight, low 59.
The Mega Millions jackpot is getting mega huge. Head to your favorite New York Lottery retailer and grab a ticket today for your chance at a massive win. Currently over $200 million. Good luck, New York. Please play responsibly.
Everything from clothing to household items are getting more expensive each day. The world of fast fashion has complicated clothing production by shipping cheap parts around the world to whoever can sew them the cheapest. And now you, the consumer, are paying the price with rising costs. American Giant is about keeping things simple and close to home. They aren't affected by tariffs because their products never leave the U.S. Skip the tariff and snag yourself American-made clothing with American Giant. Get 20% off your first order when you use promo code STAPLE20 at American-Giant.com. That's 20% off when you use code STAPLE20 at American-Giant.com.
At Instacart, we know that back to school doesn't just mean back to school. It means back to lunchbox packing, back to after-school snacking, back to soccer games, drama rehearsals, band practices, all back to back to back. And if all of that's back, then it's time you get back to ordering through Instacart and do whatever it is that you need to get your life back on track. Instacart, we're here.
This week on Celeb News, a new power couple emerges. Live TV and streaming apps are tying the knot with DirecTV's My Entertainment Genre Pack. 50 plus live channels together with Disney Plus, Hulu, and HBO Max, all for one low price. And that's just one of DirecTV's amazing new genre packs. Save some power for the other couples, you guys. It's DirecTV like you've never seen. New residential customers. Auto renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Have straight by that. Price may vary for third parties. Credit card and restrictions apply. 18 plus. See details at directtv.com/genre packs.
I don't want to get a flu shot.
You don't want to get the flu again. It's just a teensy little poke. Hi guys, I know you don't like needles, so I brought Fuzzy.
What is that?
It's a device that uses vibration and ice to help take the sting out of shots. See, hun, that wasn't so bad.
Wait, you did it already?
Yep, Fuzzy helps. And Kinney is the only pharmacy that has him.
I'm going to tell everyone I know.
Great. They can schedule online at KinneyDrugs.com.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
At Grand Canyon University, we believe in equal opportunity, and the American dream starts with by honoring your sacred vocation person, you impact your family.
I'm thinking about having a beer. Now I want a beer.
And serve others. Find your purpose at GCU. Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
It's sunshine savings at Wichita Sales, the used car leader.
plenty of late model vehicles with low
That's
miles
what
on the
my
lot
sister's
right now.
about.
The
She's quite
2016 Lincoln MKX,
She's
only
on TV,
$15,999,
on
or
Mobile
2020 Acura TLX,
TV
beautiful,
channels.
low miles,
She's
just
about
$27,999. A 2018
Times
Toyota
newspaper.
4Runner, 59,000
Blue
miles.
Jays
Perfect
into the
good driveway.
peanuts.
Hey, the sun is shining at Widget Auto Sales in Ottawa, Washington City. And see them online at widgetautosales.com. The used car dealer.
For a limited time, get $20 off select meds at Chewy Pharmacy when you spend over $49. Flea and tick prevention? Yep. Allergy meds? Those two. Pain medications? On sale. And much more. For life with pets, there's Chewy Pharmacy.
WMAL, making sense of the headlines because common sense isn't so common. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
We're still standing by for the 9 a.m. FBI press conference out of Orem, Utah. It is now 9:35 a.m. But, you know, sometimes you got...
I'm looking at Vegas.
President Trump broke the news today of the arrest. Now it's out there all over the place. Tyler Robinson, the Democrat in question, apparently turned in by his father after his father's minister or pastor came to him and said, let's look at these photos together because this psychopath is your son. And what's with the assassination, transgender, Antifa stuff? What's with all this? And the father apparently then, the sketchy details, and the details are pretty sketchy right now. Sketchy details that we have so far suggest that the pastor saw the photos, recognized the 22-year-old man, went to the father of the 22-year-old man, apparently named Tyler Robinson, and said, listen, we've got to do something about this. And then the father went to law enforcement, which is what you'd expect. And again, everybody looked at these photos yesterday afternoon and last night, and said, well, if you know this guy, then you know who it is. If that's a family member, then you know who it is. And sure enough, the father, I think, qualifies as a family member, probably a man, identifies as a man. And,
like a head itches.
Maybe not even a Democrat. Utah. But the Democrat Party is raising generations of bloodthirsty ghouls, and they call themselves liberals, I think. Wipe out Israel from the river to the sea, terrorize Jews on college campuses, firebomb the Jewish governor's house, and on and on it goes. All right, let's go to the telephones, Michael, and talk to the nice American people. Let's go to Dennis, calling from Chesapeake, Virginia. Dennis, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Hey, Chris. I called yesterday, but when I took it off
That's
speaker,
right. That's correct.
I also hit the
They did
mute
go on
button.
plenty
There.
of streams. I first heard
Hey,
about it. Someone said,
all
LB
these
was on fucking someone's stream saying it's all
Democrats
COVID.
calling out for violence and stuff. I
He
mean,
explained the whole story.
Chuck Schumer stood in front of the Supreme Court building. You all know what hit you. There was a whirlwind coming. You know, called out for an assassination on Kavanaugh and I forget the other justice. And an assassin showed up. And then Pam Body's like, oh, nothing to see here. I mean, Janine is now in D.C. Pam, they need to write that warrant and let jury selection begin.
And
I mean, for real, this
for Chuck Schumer.
Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely a solid case. I mean, he called for violence, extreme violence on Supreme Court justices. That's beyond the pale. That's
Now, Michael Piercy is making faces at me, and that indicates to me, Dennis, that he has whipped out that Senator Chuck Schumer, the Democrat leader of the Senate, known as the Lizard King, when he went over to the Supreme Court steps to threaten the lives of conservative Supreme Court justices. And here's the Lizard King, the leftist, one of the heads of this death cult called the Democrat Party.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you proclaim the price. You will know what hit you. Going forward with this awful decision.
You will pay the price, so you will reap the whirlwind.
You will pay the price.
Yeah,
You will
Gorsuch
pay the price.
and
you
Kavanaugh.
won't know what hit you.
Yep.
You won't know what hit you. That is unacceptable. That has to be. I don't care how it works out. You have to be charged and tried. There's no other exception.
Well, I got to tell you, the Democrat in that case that showed up from time zones away showed up with a pistol, loaded pistol, additional magazines, burglary tools.
I know all about Cracker Jack.
Outside of U.S. Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh's own.
He doesn't know why I named myself Cracker Jack, because I used to wear Cracker Jacks.
And slandered him and lied about him during his confirmation hearing. They brought in that lunatic, mentally ill woman who had to have 2 front doors.
And I made you respond, didn't I?
Planes unless you sent a private jet to bring her to Washington, D.C. A woman that nobody remembers being at any party.
You want to bet?
Nobody remembers the party.
You want to bet? You watch me. You won't see me post in there. I'm not coming to your chat ever again. No, I'm done with you, Acid Trip. You're fucking. You're a moron.
Not even saying alcohol lace punch.
You're another Wiggin.
Some, like Hawaiian punch.
It's all our leaders. If they can't defeat them legitimately, they're going to kill them.
They're the left. I've been. Go ahead, Dan.
That's what Schumer called for. I mean, he needs to be prosecuted. Period. You hear me, Janine? He needs to be prosecuted.
Yeah, the U.S. Attorney for Washington, D.C., Janine Pirro, the former judge and now U.S. Attorney. Isn't that amazing?
And I love her. I love her. Don't get me wrong. I love her.
Yeah, she's wonderful, and she really is too. And in person, I've met her a handful of times, and she couldn't be sweeter, couldn't be nicer. She really is wonderful. But the Nicholas Roski, the Democrat that showed up outside of Brett Kavanaugh's home, planning on breaking into the house with burglary tools, kidnapping the justice and his family, murdering them with the pistol and the extra magazines of ammo. And he was planning on going after at least two other conservative justices too. And since it was Chuck Schumer that lit the fire under the Democrat assassin, Neil Gorsuch and Brett Kavanaugh were named by the Lizard King at the Supreme Court. And this rhetoric is perfectly normal. I mean, again, President Trump went out to dinner at Joe's Seafood. And they had a mob in the restaurant waiting for him, somehow got a tip that he was coming in, even though the reservation was made an hour earlier. And so likely it was an employee at the restaurant that leaked to some left-wing friends. And then the left-wing friends showed up, and they're yelling at President Trump and the Vice President of the United States and the Secretary of State and the Secretary of War, yelling at them that they're Hitler, of course, in the restaurant, because that has become standard Democrat Party rhetoric. Again,
you are depressed, Tassie Joe. You are depressed. You are depressed. Yes, you're very depressed. Couldn't keep a man.
Socialist Workers' Party in various parties in Europe in the 1930s and 1940s. But I got to tell you, the Democrat Party has become this frothy, anti-Israel, anti-Semitic party. Democrats attending big Democrat universities, the Jews attending Democrat universities are being terrorized every day. And don't show your Jewishness. Don't wear a Star of David. Don't support Israel when they're being attacked by savages. This is the Democrat morons with tiny little squirrel brains at the fancy restaurant on 5th Street with the president, the vice president, Secretary of State, Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, in the restaurant at the time. And everybody's Hitler because the Democrat Party has raised a generation or more of glassy-eyed zombie loons who are bloodthirsty ghouls and goblins. And honestly, we've got this Democrat now apparently in custody, although the 9 a.m. FBI press conference hasn't started. It might be 7 hours, maybe Kash Patel might have to fly somewhere or something like that before they don't take any. In fact, you've got the soundbite. And listen to this, Dennis, because after hours and hours and hours of waiting for the FBI press conference in Utah yesterday and say, well, the FBI director is going to get on a plane and fly there. And it's not nearby. And and Dan Bongino, the deputy FBI, he's going to get on a plane and fly there. Don't know if it's the same plane or two different planes. And they're going to hold a press conference. And then finally, what time in the 9 p.m. hour last night, and they started delaying it at 1 p.m. or something. And the 9 p.m. hour waiting and waiting.
You know, Acid, you shouldn't be talking about the size of anybody's cock, because I'm sure you got an inchworm. Them little tiny fingers and arms that you have, you're a little wanker. Just a tiny wee little wanker. Little wank. Little wank. That's gonna make a good clone here in a minute. Little wank. That's a good idea. Little wank.
And say things that might be a briefing, but that's not a press conference. And the first thing they did was announce, we're not taking any questions.
Now, just give you a little more. We will not be taking any questions at this time. We're giving you the latest information we have, being as transparent with everything that we have.
Without taking any questions. Nothing could be more ridiculous. Dennis, we're living through a crazy, crazy time, are we not? Honestly.
Let me say one more thing.
Yes, sir.
They call for violence. They call for violence. They bring violence. We have to start somewhere. Schumer violated the law. He called for an assassination. He needs to be charged. Pam, Janine, he needs to be charged. I know you're listening.
Yeah, and look, I agree with you 100%, Dennis. Thank you for calling in and for being persistent. I appreciate that too. But listen to Dennis. He's a reasonable, rational person. They call for violence. And what is Dennis calling for? For prosecution of crimes committed by, I guess he is technically the senior most Democrat in the United States government right now. He is the ranking Democrat in the United States Senate, as he was when he put those threats out there for Justice Kavanaugh and Justice Gorsuch. And the psychopath Democrat was also planning on murdering. According to reports, and the news media dropped this like it was nothing because it's another Democrat psychopath with a gun lurking outside the home of a senior government official, Brett Kavanaugh, Supreme Court Justice. And the guy came from California to commit these crimes. Nicholas Roski, Democrat, 29 years old at the time of the crime. And honestly, the guy's unbelievable. Now, actually, I think he's 29 years old now. But the 2022 event, and it's true, it was incited and instigated by the ranking Democrat in the United States Senate, the Lizard King, Chuck Schumer. And there are no consequences, and the news media doesn't cover it. And honestly, you think, give me every anchor man in Washington and New York, bring him into this radio studio. I'll ask them the name of the guy that shot Congressman Steve Scalise, and they won't know it. I would bet every dime I have in my checking account, which is practically every dime I have, and I would, that not one of them could name the man, the Democrat, who was a Bernie Sanders campaign volunteer, and they couldn't tell you that. Jake Tapper couldn't tell you that. And they couldn't tell you who Nicholas Roski is. And honestly, these people, James Hodgkinson, by the way, was the Bernie Sanders campaign volunteer that shot nearly killed Congressman Steve Scalise with his Chinese military weapon. But pay no attention to any of that. Bop, bop, bop. All right, now let's go back to the telephones, Michael. Let's go to Moscow Bob, calling from Moscow, which remains in Russia. Moscow Bob, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Good day, Mr. Pratt. No one's talking about the facts, the true facts. Where would the African American be today if Abraham Lincoln wasn't assassinated, or if Martin Luther King wasn't assassinated by the left, or with Charlie being assassinated? Where would the African American community be? They'd be in much better shape, because the Democrats have held them back all the way from Abraham Lincoln through Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King would have brought the African American community to the normal way. But people like Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, all these guys would not be as rich as they are today, because the African American would have already had their voice in the world.
Well, certainly true. Abraham Lincoln and the Civil War and the Emancipation Proclamation, the 13th Amendment, the 14th Amendment. The Republican Party is the party of liberation, of freedom, of abolition, as it was called at the time, to abolish slavery. And that's all the Republican Party. And the Democrat Party, the party of the Confederate States of America, of course, and the South and the Civil War, the gray versus the blue. And that's another reason that the Republican Party should be blue in this red-blue thing. And why I don't use red state, blue state when I can avoid it.
I'm not turning my program off. Fuck you. I'm listening to the news. Fuck you. You don't like it? Then fucking too bad.
And I've got to say, and blue.
You can't stand it. I'm playing this. Too bad.
Confederate States of America.
Hi, Lisa. I'm busy. So I'll be with you in a minute.
But they stole blue because they lied about everything. And it was the news media people, mostly in Washington, that decided.
I'm bringing your viewers, Acid Trip. You got viewers because of me.
Because blue is more positive and red is negative, and it also represents the left. And we're the only country on the planet Earth.
No, I'm listening to the news. Too fucking bad. If you can't do both at the same time, then you're no good. You're a lightweight. I'm making a clone of you. You just be patient. I'll be right with you. No, I'm not turning it off.
One-sided in America. It's amazing, like this last missile or drone or whatever that ended in Poland or landed in Poland.
Right.
Well, it's like the last one. They failed to tell you the circumstances behind it. The first one was actually a Ukrainian drone that killed the two Polish people. But that's all been touched up. This other drone is Poland shut off the GPS system. So the navigation of these drones were affected. So yes, maybe they were shot down and fell over Poland, but is it Russia's fault? Or is it coming from Belarus? Or is it Poland's fault? Because they shut down all GPS, so there was no navigation.
The world is an endlessly complex place, and we live in pretty much a battlefield these days. But home in the United States of America, it looks an awful lot of the time like we're on a battlefield. As President Trump, he was shot. As Charlie Kirk's widow,
Tiny pee-pee Patel, little bitty pee-pee, little bitty pee-pee.
Before a funeral, we'll see what's happening with that. President Trump will attend the funeral. The vice president.
Look at that fucking face. Look at the nose on that motherfucker.
The security.
Look at that fucking thing.
Extremely high because the Democrat Party has raised a generation or two generations of violent, bloodthirsty loons who love death more than we love life. How many times do I have to say? I have audio for you coming up of a bunch of 20-somethings celebrating the murder of Charlie Kirk, and they represent the Democrat Party today better than anyone.
You're listening to the Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
So what? Yes, that's me. Hello. I'm only showing my picture. Like, fucking what's the matter with this guy? I told you to show some pictures.
Look at the black rings under his eyes. Are you snorting more cocaine? Huh? You fucking cokehead? Just like Wiggin. Now that's a fucking cokehead. Someone who does hard drugs thinks we have to listen to him. Look at the fucking crook in that nose. Look at how bad that fucking nose looks, like a Jewish nose. Look at the Jewish in this motherfucker. I have enough viewers. If they don't want to listen to my radio program, they can mute me or whatever. Turn the channel. You're listening, and you're begging me to turn my news off. No, I'm not turning it off. I'd like to make a statement again. Well, nobody's going to hear you because I just turned you off. I'm not listening to you. I just turned it off. Fuck you. You're talking to fucking dead air because I'm not listening to what you're saying. Now, there's a dumb motherfucker right there. That is a dumb streamer right there. Told you. I told you, Acid. I fucking told you. So you want war with me too? You changed your mind again? All right. There's no changing back now. I'm never going to support you again. Ever. Never. Events are going to happen and you're going to be excluded because of your fucking big mouth in your behavior. So fuck you, Alpesh. And fuck you too, Tassie Joe. I was more than cordial with you. You're on that fucking bandwagon too. You fucking schizophrenic. Oh, I'm schizophrenic. I believe it. No, I think you are. Voices do talk to you. I believe it.
With Virgo's long stay discounts, you can stay longer and save more on select properties. Gotta love a win-win. Book the perfect summer getaway today with Vrbo Private Vacation Rentals. Your future self will thank you later.
Going to the gym can be discouraging, especially if you're putting in the work but barely seeing changes. But with Tonal, you can actually see your progress with every workout. Tonal provides the convenience of a full gym and the expertise of a personal trainer anytime at home with one sleek system designed to reduce your mental load. Tonal is the ultimate strength training system, helping you focus less on workout planning and more on getting results. No more second-guessing your technique. Tonal gives you real-time coaching cues to dial in your form and help you lift safely.
Little wanker, little wanker. You're a little wanker. I gotta think of a tune with a little wanker, little wanker, little wanker. I got you fuckers so triggered. Look at your acid drip. You're just like JC now. Using your own chat for bait, trying to bait Billy Hayden in there. Patrick Rowe, the best thing you can hope for is that other people listen to you and fucking repeat your nonsense if it's something funny worth listening to. But we all know what you are. Yeah, and Acid Trip over there begging me to turn my radio program off. Says I'll get more viewers. My fucking meter goes up and down. It doesn't stay, you know. It doesn't matter if that's play or not. Half the time I'm trying to talk over it. Acid Trip has to order his weed, whatever, get it to whatever he fucking does. I'm a farmer. That's fucking. I haven't even tried that bud yet. That was a sample. This was given to me last night. This is how my friends, try to bait me, right? Fucking. He has a bar in his garage. One of my best friends has a bar in his garage. He fucking reaches down, he pulls this up. All right. Knowing I'm going to say, I want that. I had that given to me last night.
WMAL, making sense of world events, because those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. Download the WMAL.
Acid Trip, I doubt you have any friends giving you pot. If you don't like my radio program, don't tune in, Acid Trip. Or whatever, mute me.
Reports now that the father of the assassin who was approached by his pastor, the father of the assassin, and the assassin is now named as Tyler Robinson, 22 years old, was arrested in southern Utah. But the father, apparently a law enforcement person, either current or retired, restrained his son and turned in his own son to the police. And according to a reliable source that I have, who's law enforcement, said that the father of the suspected shooter is in law enforcement himself.
Wow.
And that's kind of a big deal.
Wow.
Got to say an important detail.
Hope you're listening, JC.
They pretend to be a newspaper. They're a front group for the Democrat Party. Reported the suspect was taken into custody around 11 p.m. local time in southern Utah on Thursday night, last night. And the alleged shooter lived in a $600,000 six-bedroom home in Washington, Utah, about 260 miles south of where the assassination took place in Orem, at the hands of a Democrat raised by the Democrat family, the Democrat Party. It's like the Manson family. And the New York Times, $600,000 house, six-bedroom house. And my law enforcement friend says the father was or is, either was or is in law enforcement himself. I've got more for you coming up, and the FBI briefing. We are on top of it for you. Don't go anywhere.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 10. Good morning, everyone. I'm John Matthews. President Trump went on Fox and Friends about an hour and a half ago and made an announcement concerning the suspected killer in the murder of Charlie Kirk.
I think with a high degree of certainty, we have him in custody. Okay? In custody. Everyone did a great job. They worked with the local police, the governor. Everybody did a great job.
He wouldn't say much else.
I don't want to go too far. I'd like to tell you some stories that how it happened, but essentially somebody that was very close to him turned him in.
The Associated Press reports the suspect is a 22-year-old from Utah. The AP is also reporting a name, but we are awaiting official word from federal authorities to report that. An FBI briefing originally scheduled for 9 a.m. has remained on hold. We'll let you know when we hear something. During his interview on Fox and Friends, the president revealed that Memphis will be his next targeted city for a federal surge in crime fighting.
President Donald Trump in an interview on Fox and Friends saying,
"We're going to Memphis,
a city he calls deeply troubled with crime, where he says he's also got support to help crack down on it."
The mayor is happy, and the governor, Tennessee, the governor is happy. Deeply troubled. We're going to fix that just like we did Washington.
No word yet on logistics or timing for a troop surge to Memphis. The president saying he preferred going to Chicago, though faced resistance from Democrats. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
Just days ago, Memphis police reported overall crimes actually at a 25-year low. The final report card in from the just wrapped up month-long federal law enforcement surge in D.C. Overall, the city saw 7 homicides, half the number of a year ago in the same period. Violent crime overall dropped by 39%.
So while the data points to fewer homicides and a dip in violent crime during this federal surge, the D.C. Police Department cautions it's too soon to know if those gains will last here in the city.
7 News' John Gonzalez. Despite the good news, 8 in 10 residents in a Washington Post poll say they still oppose the federal takeover. Now that the D.C. crime crackdown's over, restaurant and business owners hope more people will be returning downtown after shying away from the elevated federal presence.
Long story short is that we're down visits. On average, about 16,000 fewer visits per day, which translates into a real loss.
Aaron Price with the Downtown D.C. Improvement District tells 7 News renovations at Capital One Arena have hurt some, but so did the sight of armed troops walking the streets in D.C. We live in divided times, but nothing heals division like money. Virginia Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin joined with Northern Virginia Democratic leaders to welcome a new $47 million investment by Alexandria tech firm Systems Planning and Analysis on Thursday. Fairfax Board Chair Jeff McKay.
Northern Virginia generates 50% of Virginia's total GDP. And when you break that down further, 50% of Northern Virginia's GDP is generated in Fairfax County. So we take this very seriously. We never take it for granted.
The investment deal will bring in 1,200 new jobs. Extra crowds at the National Zoo this morning. Giant panda Ching Bao turning 4 years old, and the zoo invited the public to celebrate this, her first birthday at the zoo, after she arrived from China in October of last year. Checking your money. The Dow is down 83 points. The NASDAQ is up 47. Up next, traffic and weather on WMAL.
This week on Sports News, football's newest star ain't no rookie, it's DirecTV. They make it easy to find your pro and college teams across live TV and streaming apps so you never miss a moment. And with access to your game stats and scores in one place, it's good. It's DirecTV like you've never seen it. Visit directtv.com today. Internet connected Gemini device and subject subscriptions required. New residential customers auto renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Great rates required. Unreturned device fees apply. Credit card and restrictions apply.
Ever wish buying a home was as easy as clicking your heels 3 times? At Northern Credit Union, we know there's no place like home. We offer first-time buyer programs with no closing costs, VA, USDA, seasonal, new construction, and many other loan options. If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get into your new home in...
Oh, gee, who would have figured Tassie, Joe, and Acid Trip are friends? I mean, they spent all their time on Shannon's chat. Oh, gee.
Our team is here to help you along the yellow
Schizophrenic.
ownership with honest advice, personalized service, and support every step of the way. Click your heels or just call or text because
Yeah, we'll catch up to it here in a minute. That's why I'm here. You guys listen to that. I'm listening to this.
782-0155 or apply online at
It's driving the lefties crazy. This time we got somebody in custody. They ain't no fucking killing himself and not knowing what the fuck.
Across the 14th Street Bridge over to Main Avenue on the freeway where there was
This motherfucker thought he had a right to take this guy out.
Georgetown Road now to the construction across the Legion Bridge before the George Washington Parkway along the left.
He showed everybody. Shot Charlie Kirk.
Springfield up to Gallows Road in a couple of stretches, then the inner loop flows from Toll Road up to Georgetown Pike 66 eastbound.
There's people in these chats that are fucking proud of that shit.
Now from garage door.
They're happy the guy got shot. They think it's justified. Then Wiggin jumps on the bandwagon. I fucking warned them all along, and then with Tammy.
Back off into the 50s overnight, so cool tomorrow morning, but a summery feel for your Saturday and Sunday afternoons. Make sure you have the sunglasses and the sunscreen.
Wiggin, you're too dumb to fucking realize you're just sincerely ignorant is what it is. And Tammy's going to jump on anything bad that can happen to Trump. She's going to gloat it. You're a fucking idiot, Wiggin. I can't stand you. Now I can't stand you. I'll never support you again. No. You think you're the only one with a disabled daughter?
Very, very good. The open of the press conference in Orem, Utah. The governor of the state of Utah, Spencer Cox.
Oh, so now Alpesh Patel and Tassie Joe are back together, just like being at Shannon's chat. Fuck you, Tassie. Come in my chat again, Tassie. You watch what happens. You're not welcome here now, you fucking stupid bitch. I don't like you.
That a family member reached out to a family friend.
Oh, Tassie over there keeping Acid Trip company. Isn't that sweet?
Of the killer, of the assassin, reached out to the pastor rather than the initial reporting that the pastor saw the photos, reached out to the father, one way or the other. Apparently, a pastor, reverend, and the father of the perpetrator in communication with one another. And this is big, big news, of course. And also, the Governor Cox of Utah, referred to him as Robinson, right? And his name, according to multiple reports now, Tyler Robinson, 22 years old, from Utah, identified as the Charlie Kirk assassin in custody, the suspect in custody, and that the father turned him in. That is big stuff, big goings on, and a good family. That's what you're looking for from a family. There's no doubt about it. I got to tell you, the Democrats have raised a lot of bloodthirsty goblins in the United States of America, and they're all over college campuses. They're in newsrooms. They're some of them are adult. They went to Ivy League schools. They went to California state schools. They've been indoctrinated and brainwashed by the left, and they believe that murder is perfectly acceptable. Polls even show that Democrats in particular think that violence is perfectly acceptable in achieving your goals because they've been raised by the left without American values, not American values, but with left-wing values, and hence all the violence, since the left is the most murderous death cult in the history of the world. And amazing stuff. Now, We also have a number of audio cuts. Let's go to that video of the 20-somethings posting videos online, and they put it right out there on the internet for everybody to see that they're happy about a political assassination. They're happy about a murder of a 31-year-old man who married his bride in 2021. They have 2 children, a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. The now widow and the 2 children, 3 years old and 1-year-old, were present for the assassination of their husband and father. And there are 20-something Democrats out there celebrating all over the place, young men and young women, all Democrats.
I would say pour one out for Kirky Boy, but I don't waste good beer on little bitches.
See, then they're posting these, they post videos of themselves online celebrating murder.
Let's all be part of that fucking.
Talking a long time, but I'm gonna now because rest in peace, Bozo.
This goes 100% to the Democrat Party, raising, training, brainwashing.
Edward Jam. Hey, Edward Jam, are you glad that the guy's dead? Where are you, you fucking stupid fuck?
Just got put down like a dog in Utah, and I could not be happier. Praise be.
I do not, and I will not ever feel bad when bad people get what the they deserve.
Young women. This is seemingly normal-looking young women and young men very publicly declaring their admiration for a murderer and their happiness with a political assassination.
Charlie Kirk got shot? That's awful. That's so sad. Hope he recovers well.
Being completely facetious, dripping with sarcasm. The Democrat Party has done this to the country. The Democrat Party has done this to our political discourse. The Democrat Party, with their cultural dominance, has done this to the United States of America and, quite honestly, to the world. You know, the author of horror stories, Stephen King, he's out there on Al Gore's amazing internet, and he gets his news from MSNBC. So he's a moron, Stephen King. And he tweeted out, he advocated stoning gays to death. Just saying. Of course, he never did anything of the kind, but Stephen King is so stupid and so ignorant. I got to tell you, that's amazing stuff. And Jessica Waters says Charlie Kirk was not controversial or polarizing man. Charlie Kirk was a patriot. And that's what Stephen King responded with. He advocated stoning gays to death, just saying. No, actually, Hamas does that, and you guys all support Hamas and the genocide of the Jews. Now, let's go to the FBI director in Orem, Utah, at the press conference where maybe they'll take questions today, even though they did not last night. The press conference from Orem, Utah, FBI Director Kash Patel.
Has been absolutely incredible these last few days. Our partnership will endure. Your state and local partners, your sheriffs, your DPS community has been unbelievably impressive in the hardest of times. And a case like this cannot be solved, cannot be brought without partnering with your state and local authorities. The FBI has a certain role to play, and we will play that role, and we will lead out for the federal government. Governor Cox, we are so grateful for your state partnership that led out on this investigation. A little bit of the timeline. Charlie was shot at 12:23 p.m. on Wednesday. The first FBI agents arrived on scene in 16 minutes with chiefs of police at 12:39 and secured the scene. The FBI immediately launched fixed-wing assets. We utilized these assets to transport personnel, specialty technicians, hostage rescue teams. We also utilize these assets to go back and forth from the East Coast and here in Utah to transport forensic evidence and other evidence that will be analyzed and is being analyzed at our FBI laboratories in Quantico and other laboratories, including the ATF. At my direction, the FBI released the first set of FBI photos of the suspect at 10 a.m. local time on 9/11. Then, shortly thereafter, the FBI reward of $100,000 was released at 10:45 a.m. local. Myself and Deputy Director Bongino arrived on the scene at approximately 5:30 p.m. on 9/11. The governor led a press conference last night. At approximately 8 p.m., where at my direction, the FBI released a never before seen video of the suspect. We also released new images to the public of the suspect. And just last night, the suspect was taken into custody at 10 p.m. local time. In less than 36 hours, 33 to be precise, thanks to the full weight of the federal government and leading out with the partners here in the state of Utah and Governor Cox, the suspect was apprehended in a historic time period. And I want to highlight what Governor Cox said. This would not have been possible without you, the media, and you, the public. That's why we went so public, so fast, and we're so transparent, and we're committed to that transparency. The crime scene, just a little bit there. It is a large crime scene. State and local authorities, along with federal authorities, processed that crime scene quickly. And I even had the ability to walk through that crime scene and walk through the steps the suspect took to learn more about what was needed and what resources we needed to bear to create a full picture for the FBI and leadership back in Washington. Furthermore, thankfully to state and local partners, forensic evidence has been seized and continues to be garnered. Forensic evidence has already been evaluated at FBI laboratories in Quantico and state and local authorities here. We will continue to process evidence as we see it, as we collect it, and we will continue to deliver it to Governor Cox and his team. Last night, we had a total of approximately 7,000 leads. As of this morning, thanks to your great work, we have over 11,000 leads that were called in to the FBI. And we are running out every single lead that we can. Every one of those leads will be run out. The arrest is a testament to dedication of good law enforcement being great and partnerships in law enforcement, which I've tried to highlight as my tenure as the director of the FBI. There is no better relationship for law enforcement than the FBI to partner with state and local authorities, and you've seen it here in these last few days. The FBI Salt Lake Field Office, along with our offices in LA, Phoenix, Denver, San Antonio, Las Vegas, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, our headquarters component in Quantico, all participate in the FBI. I want to express my deep gratitude to the employees of the FBI, the men and women, the evidence response team tacticians, the special operators, the agents, the support staff. You have done monumental work in historic time when the public, who had a right to demand such an expeditious solving of an investigation, the FBI answered that call diligently, critically important to our nation, and we delivered. And I'm proud to be their leader, and I'm proud to be the director of the FBI. This is very much an ongoing investigation, as the governor said, and we will continue to work with state and local authorities to develop the investigation, to provide them the evidence they need for their ongoing prosecutions. And we will be here to answer every call that we absolutely have, as long as it takes, for as long as we need to find and apprehend whatever suspects were involved in this crime. Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk, rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
Thank you, and good morning. I would just like to take a few minutes as the sheriff to express my gratitude for everybody who has played a part in this investigation.
This is the chief of the state police coming up. I'd like this moment to go back to the governor, Governor Cox, who early on in his remarks provided some information that I think is relevant, pertinent information that everyone should know. And here is Utah Governor Cox.
Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson had become more political in recent years. The family member referenced a recent incident in which Robinson came to dinner prior to September 10th, and in the conversation with another family member, Robinson mentioned Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate.
Full of hate and spreading hate. And at dinner, he's talking about how much he hates Charlie Kirk. And he'd become more political in recent years. And obviously, this is the Democrat Party's influence.
Let the haters hate, huh, Angie? Huh, you fucking bitch?
Who will likely in Utah be eligible for the death penalty. I'm not sure if they still have the firing squad, but I was having a nice conversation last night with a nice woman who said that if she could flip the switch for the electric chair, she'd like to do it. And I said, well, I think they still have the firing squad in Utah. You might sign up early, maybe get in line and see what you can get. Now, Mike Smith is a Utah County sheriff, and the sheriff, Mike Smith, involved in the arrest of the psycho killer.
And that will get us through all of this. So thank you, everybody, for everybody who has stepped up. We've had such a phenomenal response to this. Thank you.
Now, these people are such nice, good, decent, smooth, relaxed, normal people.
I also want to give a special thanks
Cash Patel
to the Attorney General and the Department of Justice. Their unwavering support and their commitment to justice is shown true here. And without AG Bondi and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche and the resources they brought to bear, we would not have been able to complete our mission. And I just want to say special thanks. It's an honor to be a part of the Department of Justice.
I got to say, it's nice to hear that they're working and playing well together. It really is. It genuinely is. Doesn't always happen. And it's true, what do you say, 33 hours between the time of the assassination and the arrest of the Democrat that assassinated Charlie Cook, the great American Christian, father of two, husband, loving person, American, a guy who said, if you disagree with me, go to the front of the line, step up, tell me why I'm wrong, and we'll have a civil, smiling discussion about it. And the Democrat Party said, well, we can't have that. We're going to have to kill him. Just as the Democrat Party decided that Donald Trump had to be assassinated, and members of the Democrat Party, it's not officially the DNC that does this, but they push all the propaganda, and everybody's Hitler and they're Nazis and they're fascists and they're the Gestapo, and then people are inspired to shoot to kill because of the Democrat Party's rhetoric. People are inspired to show up at Brett Kavanaugh's house with a gun and kidnapping tools because of the rhetoric of the Democratic Party. And the Democrat Party, since the assassination of Charlie Cook, has been called upon repeatedly, including by me on Twitter, to come out and announce that you're dialing down the rhetoric. And instead, they've come out and they have maintained the level of venom and lunacy that caused this 22-year-old now who assassinated Charlie Kirk to become more political in recent years. It's the Democratic Party that is causing this violence. And then they come out and say, oh, no, 82% of political violence is caused by Republicans. And then you can't name an incident. We had on Newsmax last night, Walmart in San Antonio, Texas, where 41 people were shot. Turns out it was a domestic violence incident, and the Democrat wanted to blame it on conservatives and Republicans and conservative rhetoric because they have nothing to hang their kufis on. You can live a better digital life with one of our newest partners. We love our partners. WebRoot, just great. My best girl and I chose WebRoot because the total protection product, and with the recent news of a major credit reporting agency data breach that affects over 4 million people, listen, this really gives you peace of mind. WebRoot's total protection is an all-in-one device, privacy and identity protection that can help keep you safe in the event that your personal data is compromised, which happens all the time. WebRoot's total protection allows identity protection for up to 10 devices on your family plan. WebRoot's coverage includes antivirus protection, VPN, cloud backup, and a whole lot more. WebRoot allows me and my best girl to have a better digital life. That's the fact, especially in the wake of these continued data breaches. Right now, you get 50% off, half off of WebRoot's total protection plan or WebRoot's essentials plan when you go to webroots.com/plant. That's me, Plante. Why is there an E on the end? Nobody knows. Again, get 50% off, half off of WebRoot's total protection or WebRoot's essentials plan. All you have to do is go to webroots.com/plant. All right, we are on the story here for you, and we're also gobbling up and gathering up all the rest of the news of the day. It's a mad world out there, and as you might imagine, I point the finger at the Democrats.
There's only one Chris Plant. The Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
This ad is brought to you by GSK. Have you considered starting Ojara momelotinib for your appropriate patients? Review the efficacy of Ojara, including data from our head-to-head trials, Simplify-1 and Momentum, at startojara.com. That's startojjaara.com.
The Wilkins RV Summer Sell-Off Sales Event is going on now, and the deals are hotter than ever. 2026s are arriving daily, and we need to make room. All 2025s must go. Save up to 50% off select RVs. Payments as low as $5 per day on new RVs. 0 down and no payments for 90 days. Over 1,000 new and pre-owned RVs to choose from. What better time than now to purchase your RV with these deals? Visit one of our 7 locations or check us out online at wilkinsrv.com.
This week on Celeb News, the Hollywood glow-up you never saw coming. It's DirecTV. They're shaking things up with flexible options that fit any kind of taste and budget. They only look like $1 million, baby. They got packs with live TV and streaming for one sexy low price. Slay! Wait, DirecTV is receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award. It's DirecTV like you've never seen it. Visit DirecTV.com today. New residential customers. Auto renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Credit card and restrictions apply.
It's sunshine savings at Widget Auto Sales, the used car leader. Plenty of late model vehicles with low miles on the lot right now, like a loaded 2016 Lincoln MKX, only $15,999, or a 2020 Acura TLX, beautiful, low miles, just $27,999. A 2018 Toyota 4Runner, 59,000 miles, would look perfect in your driveway. Hey, the sun is shining at Widget Auto Sales on out of Washington Street, and see them online at widgetautosales.com, the used car leader.
The NFL season is rolling. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code HEART. That's code HEART to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first $5 bet. Plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Agent eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Fees may apply in Illinois. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expires 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
When you're in HR, it can feel like nothing is easy. From payroll to PTO, from onboarding to benefits, and everything in between. It's a constant juggle of tasks, systems, and spreadsheets. But your HR software? That's the easy part. Meet Bamboo HR. Trusted by over 34,000 companies, it handles all your HR tasks, payroll, benefits, and time tracking, so your team and your company can grow as fast as, well, Bamboo. And Bamboo HR software is actually easy to use. One simple system that pulls all your people data together in one place, so you can ditch scattered systems and wasted hours on tasks that should only take minutes. Because when HR is easier, you can focus on what matters most, your people. HR is hard. Bamboo HR is easy. Ready to simplify all your HR tasks? For a limited time, get a $100 Visa gift card when you complete a free demo at bamboohr.com/gift card. Again, that's bamboohr.com/gift card. Terms and conditions apply.
Ever wish buying a home was as easy as clicking your heels 3 times? At Northern Credit Union, we know there's no place like home. We offer first-time buyer programs with no closing costs, VA, USDA, seasonal, new construction, and many other loan options. If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get into your new home in 3 clicks of your heels. Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meet or beat rate guarantee, you know you're getting the lowest rate possible. Our team is here to help you along the yellow brick road to home ownership with honest advice, personalized service, and support every step of the way. Click your heels, or just call or text, because at Northern, there's no place like home. Northern Credit Union, mortgage magic in the real world. Call or text 315-782-0155 or apply online at mynorthern.com. Federally insured, NCUA, equal housing opportunity.
WMAL's Vince Colonnese, weekdays at noon on 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
All right, we're on the press conference. I've got to say, the governor in Utah, Spencer Cox, just had a very, very strong minute or so, and I want to turn that around and share that with you. Very strong, and he wasn't being political about it, but he was explaining the difference between, in the end, the Democrat Party, mob, political violence in the streets, assassinating, shooting, suicide attacks. He left out the suicide attacks, and Republicans and conservatives who held vigils.
This is the Chris Plant Show. WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington. A Cumulus Media Station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 10:30. I'm John Matthews.
We got him. On the evening of September 11th, a family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed the incident.
Utah Governor Spencer Cox, the 22-year-old suspect in the murder of Charlie Kirk, is from Utah. The suspect apparently shared with a roommate in an online chat his plans to assassinate the conservative activist.
This is a very sad day for our country, a terrible day for the state of Utah. But I'm grateful that at this moment we have an opportunity to bring closure.
President Trump made the first announcement of an arrest in a live interview this morning on Fox and Friends. Traffic and weather next.
This report is sponsored by the International Hot Rod Association.
The International Hot Rod Association and Durana Hybrid, where horsepower meets hard work, reigniting the spirit of racing and the power of skilled trades, mentorship, education, legacy. Fuels the future on the track and in the trades. Get your tickets now at ihra.com.
Steve Hirshhorn in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Expect delays both ways now on the George Washington Parkway, both north and southbound near 123. Park police have stopped traffic both ways on the parkway to allow a tractor trailer to turn around and head off the parkway now. So very heavy and slow both ways on the George Washington Parkway as a result of that activity. Beltway outer loop is slow from the 270 spur to the construction before the George Washington Parkway, blocking the left lane. 95 in Virginia, pretty slow southbound from Route 1 down to 123. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Sunny and pleasant again with a high of 82. Right now it is 75 at Reagan National. John Matthews, News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
The Mega Millions jackpot is getting mega huge. Head to your favorite New York Lottery retailer and grab a ticket today for your chance at a massive win. Currently over $200 million. Good luck, New York. Please play responsibly.
This week on Celeb News, the Hollywood glow-up you never saw coming. It's DirecTV. They're shaking things up with flexible options that fit any kind of taste and budget. They only look like $1 million, baby. They got packs with live TV and streaming for one sexy low price. Slay! Wait, DirecTV is receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award. It's DirecTV like you've never seen it. Visit DirecTV.com today. New residential customers. Auto renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Credit card and restrictions apply.
How do you make an Airbnb a Vrbo? Picture a vacation rental with a host. The host is dragging your family on a tour of the kitchen, the bathroom, the upstairs bathroom, the downstairs bedroom, and the tea room, which, surprise, is where you can watch TV. Now imagine there's no host giving you a tour, because there's never any hosts at all. Ever. Voila, you've got yourself a Vrbo. Want a vacation that's completely and totally host-free? Make it a Vrbo.
It's sunshine savings at Widget Auto Sales, a used car leader. Plenty of late model vehicles with low miles on the lot right now, like a loaded 2016 Lincoln MKX, only $15,999, or a 2020 Acura TLX, beautiful, low miles, just $27,999. A 2018 Toyota 4Runner, 59,000 miles, would look perfect in your driveway. Hey, the sun is shining at Widget Auto Sales on out of Washington Street, and see them online at widgetautosales.com, the used car leader.
The NFL season is rolling. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code HEART. That's code HEART to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first $5 bet. Plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Agent eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Fees may apply in Illinois. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expires 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems, like snoring, aches and pains, hot sleep, or even an old saggy mattress that can keep you up at night. And our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now you can upgrade to a queen mattress and adjustable base for just $499.99. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
WMAL, more than just politics, because laughter is the best medicine. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
And we have returned. The governor of the great state of Utah is Spencer Cox. And at the press conference, he seems to be carrying the lion's share. He is the highest ranking person there, I guess. And FBI Director Kash Patel is standing behind him, has not taken the bull by the horns here. But here is Governor, Republican Spencer Cox of the great state of Utah. And I got to say, he's very strong. He's been very strong at the press conference. And here he laid out some very, very important observations, let's say, about, and what he's saying is, we're conservatives, we're Republicans. Our guy was assassinated. We didn't start burning cities like the Democrats did when a criminal junkie resisting arrest died of a heart attack, and the Democrats started burning Portland, Oregon, as the Democrats did. And here is the governor of the great state of Utah, Spencer Cox.
I want you to look at how Utahns reacted the last two nights.
And across the country.
There was no rioting. There's no looting. There were no cars set on fire.
Democrats.
There's no violence. There were vigils and prayers and people coming together to share the humanity. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I believe is the answer to this. We can return violence with violence. We can return hate with hate. And that's the problem with political violence, is it metastasizes, because we can always point the finger at the other side. And at some point, we have to find an off-ramp, or it's going to get much, much worse.
Now, the Democrat Party's leadership has not come forward to calm the waters. They have not ordered, and they can order all of their violent, mentally ill gangs of thugs to stand down. We've seen them do it before, repeatedly. But the great governor said, oh, look at the way we responded. There was no violence. There was no rioting. There was no looting, no fires, not burning police cars and attacking police stations and federal courthouses like the Democrats over George.
I was just outside.
A criminal who sadly died as a result of the way that he lived his life.
I was just outside looking at the motorcycle.
Why would you burn buildings in Portland?
I got to get out of here and go for a ride. I want to listen to the news. So I'll probably be here at least until 12, maybe. I don't know. If I get a wild hair up my ass, I'm out the door.
Cardiac failure while resisting arrest. with fentanyl and methamphetamine coursing through his bloodstream.
I got to roll another
Because
joint.
you're Democrats, but good for Spencer Cox for pointing out and making it clear. No, that's not us. That's not who we're. No, we had vigils. We offered prayers. And that's the difference right there in a nutshell by Spencer Cox between the Democratic Party in the 21st century and the Republican Party, between conservatives, the party of peace and of decency and of God and of faith and of church, of Jesus Christ, the party of family, a normal husband and a normal wife. The husband is a man. The wife is a woman. The children are a boy and a girl. And the Democrat Party is so screwed up and so mental and so violent and so prone to criminal conduct today. I could go on for days just citing what they've done in the last few years, the political violence that they have normalized. And it was all normal until January 6th on Capitol Hill. Then, oh no, I can't believe this is happening. And it just happened for 3 days rather than for 3 hours at the White House. Days earlier, it was a few months earlier, when the president and the first family had to be evacuated because of the Democrat Party's organized violence, mob violence. But the governor is 100% right. We didn't respond with looting and fires and violence and rioting and burning police cars. We responded with vigils and with prayers, and he wasn't done yet, Governor Cox.
These are choices that we can make. History will dictate if this is a turning point for our country.
Good point.
But every single one of us gets to choose right now if this is a turning point for us. We get to make decisions. We have our agency. And I desperately call on every American, Republican, Democrat, liberal, progressive, conservative, MAGA, all of us to please, please, please follow what Charlie taught me.
Now, this man should be all over every network news broadcast today and tonight, to the extent that he will appear on CNN and MSDNC, MS-13, DNC. It will be to ridicule him. It will be to attack him. It will be to mock him, as they have been doing with Charlie Kirk on station after station. MSDNC had to fire one of their favorite communist pig dogs who hates humanity. And they didn't want to. First they suspended him. Then the heat was dialed up a little bit. And so they fired the creep. And, I got to say, the governor just great there, just outstanding. Well, that said, let's go out of the telephones. I know there's more. And I tell you, we've got, I talked about this yesterday as we were learning about the fact that Charlie Kirk was just asked 2 questions about transgender people murdering people in mass shootings as he was shot. And that raised my eyebrows, certainly. And I said, well, wait a minute. Was that guy there with the gunman? I like to not use the term shooter because I think a shooter should be served up to your friends at a bar, and everybody should enjoy shooters, but they've minimized and kind of made it cheerful. The shooter, he's a murderer, an assassin, a killer, a gunman. And it looked to me like, wow. Now, in fact, now that I brought that up and set it up like that, I played the audio yesterday of the individual. We now know the name of the individual because he came forward and posted a video. And he is a Utah student, and his name is Hunter Kozak. Hunter Kozak was at and he doesn't agree with Charlie Kirk, didn't agree, can't agree anymore. He's been assassinated. But the student is apparently a Democrat, Hunter Kozak, and he went to the Charlie Kirk event at the University in Utah. And he got to the front, and he asked him about transgender murderers and mass shootings.
Do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years?
Too many.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence.
And that's when the shot was fired. Now, he's there setting him up on this transgender shooters. And then we learned that the rifle found in the woods, inexplicably perhaps, with transgender messaging on it, and the news media downplaying that with ridiculous headlines, absurd headlines, saying, oh, there are cultural messages on the bullets. CBS News, I think it was, with cultural messages, they said. Transgender and Antifa messages, Democrat Party talking points. But never mind that. So that's the guy that asked the question. And yesterday I raised this issue, and I had questions about it. Was this guy in cahoots with the killer, who we now know to be Tyler Robinson? Was he setting up the situation? And this guy, Hunter Kozak, posted a video on Al Gore's Amazing Internet, I guess in an effort to explain himself. And Hunter Kozak, in the video that he himself posted on Al Gore's Amazing Internet, because he's like, people are asking about me. And the nice reporter lady asked a question. I think she did a great job of saying to the police, have you found this person that asked the question? Because it sounds like a setup, particularly when you find the transgender messaging on the bullets, when you found the rifle in the woods. But Hunter Kozak posted a video, I guess, to explain himself.
You sick psychos that think this is the answer. It's not. I don't know what else to say. It's not. It's awful. And a father doesn't have his kids anymore. Charlie had 2 kids and a wife. And not to make this about me, but I have 2 kids and a wife. And if my 1-year-old boy, his 1-year-old boy, will grow up without memories of his dad, it's a tragedy. And it's hard to grapple with.
Okay, so he's posting that on his note. I'm not a monster. I was just asking on behalf of transgender people. He said, only 5 transgender mass shooters. That's encouraging, since they're 0.001% of the population, and 5 is a wild underestimation and a falsehood. At least a dozen can be cited immediately. Hunter Kozak, who asked the question that Charlie Kirk was trying to answer when he was shot through the throat.
People have obviously pointed to the irony that the point that I was trying to make is how peaceful the left was right before he got shot. And that only makes sense if we stay peaceful.
Yeah, well, that hasn't happened in a long, long time. Yeah, dipstick. The point I was making is how peaceful the left is. Then you're an idiot. You're a flippin' idiot. You're a moron. You don't follow the news. You have no idea what's going on in the world. You live in a fantasy world. You probably get your fake information from MSDNC and from left-wing websites. The point I was making is how peaceful the left is. I couldn't even list all of the riots and all of the cities that the Democrats burned over a career criminal junkie who died resisting arrest named George Floyd. But never mind that. And then, I was also talking yesterday about the history of violence that the Democrat Party brings with them. You think that they would have some baggage when it comes to assassinating Republican President Abraham Lincoln in 1865, assassinating Republican President James Garfield in 1881, assassinating Republican President William McKinley in 1901, a communist assassinating John F. Kennedy, a Democrat who wouldn't be allowed in the Democrat Party today. He'd be a Mitt Romney Republican. JFK assassinated by a communist in 1963. That's a Democrat commie. And of course, Republican Teddy Roosevelt was shot and wounded after he left the presidency. Republican Ronald Reagan was shot and wounded while he was in the presidency. Donald Trump was shot and wounded while running for the presidency for the second time. All Democrats with guns, by the way. Not all rifles, handguns too. Gerald Ford shot at by a Democrat named Squeaky Fromm, Lynette Squeaky Fromm of the Manson family. It's like a Democrat family, the Manson family, the Democrat family, it's like that. Another Democrat housewife, Sarah Jane Moore, shooting at Gerald Ford as well. Republican. You notice the only Democrat shot at here was John F. Kennedy, and he was killed by a communist. Do you see a pattern of any kind here? And now Charlie Kirk, and the list goes on and on. Another Democrat on trial in Florida right now, also wanting to assassinate President Trump at his golf course in Florida. The Democrat Party is a violent political party and has a long history. The 1968 riots all over the place. First of all, it was a Democrat Party volunteer that assassinated Martin Luther King. James Earl Ray was a volunteer for Democrat Governor George Wallace's presidential campaign. And honestly, and then I do want to remind people this, that he was on the loose for about 2 months before he was arrested in London, James Earl Ray, who, again, worked for the Democrat racist Governor George Wallace. The Democrat Party has a long, long history. 1968 Democratic Convention. They still call it a police riot. It wasn't a police riot. It was a Democrat riot. There's no doubt about it. Got their boy Ryan Ruth, who is on trial right now in Florida for wanting to shoot President Trump on the golf course and kill him. Amazing. And Ryan Ruth's son, Oran, cannot be with him in court because his son, Oran, is in a penitentiary for child porn, for kiddie porn. Kind of a typical Democrat family. The Democrat Party celebrates the majesty of Luigi Mangione, who shot and killed a CEO, Brian Thompson, on a sidewalk in New York for no reason at all. Honestly, they put Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, the radical Islamic jihadi terrorist of the Boston marathon bombing, they put him on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. The Democrat Party incites violence and encourages by their media, from Rolling Stone to MSDNC. James Hodgkinson, who shot Congressman Steve Scalise, was a volunteer for Bernie Sanders' campaign.
Bernie Sanders.
All his news
The billionaires aren't paying enough. The tax rates for the billionaires. It's only tax rates for the billionaires.
82% of
the billionaires. We got too many of them.
And they never name anything. Because who was that lying senator?
If you wouldn't want a billionaire for a best friend, raise your hand.
Man. Our good friends at genericCBD.com, have you met them? Well, today they've got something new for you, something special for you. It's a free sample of generic CBD's best.
All right, I'm getting itchy. The last call. Anybody want to come up? Got something to say? Hurry up, because if you hurry up, then I might not leave so soon. But if nobody comes up, I'm packing up. I'm heading out the fucking door because it's a nice day out. I'm going for a ride. I got to get the fuck out of here.
Plus, it, of course, contains 0 THC, no druggy things in it, no THC. So you don't need a prescription.
Now, if you'd like to listen to what I listen to, there's an app. It's the WMAL app. It's WMAL 105.9 FM out of Washington, D.C. Or you can type in Chris Plant, or you could type in Mark Levin. Hi, Tom. I've been here a little while, Tom. 2 hours, 37 minutes. I was up at like 6 o'clock. I went to bed last night, slept normal hours. As I went for a little ride yesterday, I didn't go far. I only rode about 40 miles yesterday. But it was a long 40 miles. I drive around the village or the town of Governor. It's 40 miles. It's how fucking where I live. It's fucking big country. Or I could just leave the chat up. Leave the little fucking emblem there. This is what Hayden. This is what Wiggin hates the most. I'm thinking Wiggin hate, right? This is what they did. It's the fucking pot. I got to get out of here before I go fucking stir crazy. But this is what that dumb motherfucker hates right there. He hates seeing that. Billy doesn't even know how to load a picture up. All you do is mock and trash and make fun of because you got nothing.
If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get into your new home in 3 clicks of your heels. Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meet or beat rate guarantee, you know you're getting the lowest rate possible. Our team is here to help you along the
You're picking a fight with the wrong one, Acid. You're already beaten. But you want to continue, you go right ahead. Because you're a fucking loser, Acid. You never fucking held a job longer than 6 months. Nobody can stand you, Acid. Nobody. The ones that do, what, Patrick Rowe? You think, Wiggin brings you in only because he's mad at me. He thinks you're gonna help him. You're an idiot, Tom Carlisle. You really are. On top of being a chicken shit. Scotty, if you're watching, you got time, go for a ride. Hurry up, because I want to show you this back road I know you've not been on. We don't need to do fucking 90 miles an hour all the time. Holy fucking crazy bastard. He's accepted defeat. He just won't admit it. He knows he's defeated. He just won't admit it. He's a typical lefty. He accuses me of being a Democrat. I've been registered independent all my life.
Get $20 off select meds at Chewy Pharmacy when you spend over $49.
Shouldn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican. They're all supposed to do the same fucking job. They take an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States, just like if you join the military. It's sickening.
And use code HEART. That's code HEART to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first.
Only when you get elected president. I mean, it doesn't say obey all orders of my superiors. You are the superior. You're the president of the United States. Commander-in-chief, a civilian. Why not a military person? Because, absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. That's why. It's a legal matter. We don't want someone to be the judge, jury, and executioner, like what JC and Wiggin think they are. Wiggins mad because I'm able to influence people. Corn kernel stuck on my tooth. Wiggin, explain to me, why do you matter more than the rest of us? How about you, JC? Because you think you matter more than any other streamer. And now you're saying that you're sick of us using your stream as bait?
New construction, and many other loan options. If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get into your new home in 3 clicks of your fingers. Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meet or beat rate guarantee, you know you're getting the lowest rate possible. Our team is here to help you along the yellow brick road to home ownership with honest advice, personalized service, and support every step of the way. Click your heels, or just call or text, because at Northern, there's no place like home. Northern Credit Union, mortgage magic in the real world. Call or text 315-782-0155 or apply online at mynorthern.com. Federally insured and CUA, equal housing opportunity.
WMAL, making sense of education, because what's happening in your kid's school matters. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
The point that I was trying to make is how peaceful it was before you got shot.
The guy asking the questions of Charlie Kirk about transgender murders, he was trying to like, hey, only 5 mass murders by transgender people who are 0% of the population. Pay no attention to that. And as he was asking questions, he says, having nothing to do with anything he says, he was shot and killed right in front of him. Now, the Governor Cox, talked about what was written on the shell casings of the psychopath.
Investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices bulges, capital OWO, what's this ? Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, !" catch, ! Up arrow symbol, right arrow, and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow." And a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO."
If you read this, you are gay, LMAO. And this thing about bulges is apparently a transgender speak internet language that normal people would never understand. And yeah, you're not anti-fascist. You're the fascist, moron.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 11. Good morning, everyone. I'm John Matthews.
We got him.
Utah Governor Spencer Cox announcing the arrest of 22-year-old Tyler Robinson as the suspect in the murder of conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
Investigators say he was not a student, but lived with his family in Washington County, which is about 3.5 hours south of Utah Valley University. To talk with him, one of Robinson's family members reached out to a family friend to say Robinson had confessed or implied that he was involved in the shooting. At that point, that family friend then contacted law enforcement.
Well, that's good news today. They captured the guy. And we'll just wait things to come out.
Here again, Governor Cox.
It is an attack.
Time for a motorcycle ride.
All of us. It is an attack on the American experiment. It is an attack on our ideals.
Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin is asking all Virginians to pause at noon today for a moment of reflection and prayer following the murder of Charlie Kirk. Speaking this morning on WMAL's O'Connor and Company.
We have a real moment for us to come together as a Commonwealth. And I ask folks, stop where you are at noon today. Lift up in prayer Charlie Kirk's family. Lift them up in a way that reflects our understanding of their grief, but also pray for our nation.
Charlie Kirk's murder has many in politics worried about being seen in public, but one Virginia Democrat says those appearances must continue.
Warner referred to Kirk as future in front of him. Even with assassination attempts on the president, political violence in Minnesota.
I'll give it a couple minutes.
Places, Warner said the need to remain in contact with people is still a top priority. I feel like part of my job is I've got to meet with my constituents. In person is the best way. I can only do that if I have a chance to look them in the eye. And if there's one worry for the senator? My fear is that we have, particularly on the internet, forces that whip up hate, whip up anger. Scotland on WMAL and WMAL.com.
President Trump was first to announce Kirk's killer's arrest on Fox and Friends this morning. He also revealed Memphis will be his next targeted city for a federal surge in crime fighting.
President Donald Trump in an interview on Fox and Friends saying, "We're going to Memphis, a city he calls deeply troubled with crime, where he says he's also got support to help crack down on it."
The mayor is happy, and the governor, Tennessee. The governor's happy. We're going to fix that just like we did Washington.
No word yet on logistics or timing for a troop surge to Memphis. The president saying he preferred going to Chicago, though faced resistance from Democrats.
I don't need any more of this. This is good pot.
6 days ago, Memphis police reported overall crime is actually at a 25-year low in that city. Crime stats are in for the federal crime crackdown
My
in
cigarette.
D.C.
DC recorded 7 homicides. That's about half the number from the same period last year when there were 15, and lower than the 14 reported in the 33 days leading up to the surge this summer. Overall, police say violent crime fell 39% compared to the same stretch
Patrick,
last
Matt, and
year,
everybody.
including a 53%
8
drop
people
in
watching.
homicide.
7 News, John
But I'm
Gonzalez.
leaving.
Police say they do not know if they can keep up this pace.
I went live at 8 o'clock.
Checking your money, the Dow is down 140 points. The NASDAQ is up 90 points. Here's traffic and weather on WMAL.
Ever wish buying a home was as easy as clicking your heels 3 times? At Northern Credit,
That's some heavy pot.
with no closing costs.
That's some fucking heavy pot right there. Holy fuck.
And many other loan options. If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get into your own home in 3 clicks of your heels. Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meter beat rate guarantee, you know you're getting the lowest rate possible. Our team is here to help you along the yellow brick road to home ownership with honest advice, personalized.
Go ahead, Tom. I'll give you a few minutes. You can have side chat. You don't have to come up here. I'll wait. I am really in no big hurry, but it is nice out. It's only 11 o'clock. Yeah, I'm kind of. My nephew's coming to town. I'm waiting for him anyway.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Steve Hirshhorn in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
It's always good to have someone to go riding with.
270 spur leaving Montgomery County east Virginia to the George Washington Parkway. Inner loop is very slow from 95 in College Park down to the BW Parkway. In that backup, there was an accident on
One of the most dangerous activities you can engage in, riding around on a motorcycle.
Southbound is pretty slow.
Dangerous, very dangerous.
Down to 123. Northbound 95 not looking too bad right now. Up to Springfield and on to 395. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, WMAL's for Watch 7 forecast.
We'll have sunny to partly cloudy.
Acid drip doesn't dare come up here.
Between about 80 to 84 degrees. Now we are going to be cooling back off.
That's all right. We're pretty much done, Acid Boy.
But a summery feel for your Saturday and Sunday afternoons. Make sure you have the sunglasses and the sunscreen. Sunday, the hotter day with highs in the mid to upper 80s. I'm 7 News meteorologist Eileen Whalen.
76 degrees now at Reagan.
Post hole digger and a big level.
Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Chris Plank.
Oh, somebody's in my backstage, huh? Oh, aren't we just so funny? Aren't we just so funny?
As angry as I have ever been.
No, who we got here?
As sad as I have ever
Oh, I banned that one before. Munch me.
That is Utah Governor Spencer Cox.
Aw, you mad?
He's almost in tears, and he told us.
Someone named Munchie's mad. Come in my backstage using the name Hayden Cocksucker with a picture of a dick. You guys are so fucked up. What's the matter? Acid drip. You're next, boy. I'm gonna make you suffer. I mean, you're already suffering. What a dumb fuck.
Now I share with you the audio.
I'm not going to say.
Democrat wrote on the shell casings before the Democrat assassinated Charlie Kirk because of the hatred that the Democratic Party taught him, and of course the lust for violence, the bloodlust that the Democrat Party teaches and spreads. I played audio of a whole bunch of 20-somethings all railing about how happy they are that Charlie Kirk was shot and killed, 31-year-old father of 2, who never said a word to hurt anybody. But the Democrat Party is a leftist party, a left-wing party, and nobody murders like the left. Nobody hates like the left. And the Democrat Party is the left. Nobody hates and murders like the Democrat Party. There are reports. I saw this picture this morning also. We just had a nice person call in, a nice listener call in and say, Hey, have you seen the video of the murderer, Tyler
Be over
Robinson,
there.
at a Charlie Kirk event sometime back, where Tyler Robinson, the assassin, the murderer, apparently interacted with Charlie Kirk at a previous event, but he hated him anyway, even though everybody that meets him likes him. And honestly, the Democrat Party needs to stop teaching hate. That'd be very helpful, I think, for everyone involved. And there are reports that Tyler Robinson encountered Charlie Kirk, spoke with Charlie Kirk, met Charlie Kirk at a previous event. I did see a photo, and I'm not wearing a backpack on his front, so it's a front pack and all that good stuff. But it may or may not be. I cannot vouch for that video or confirm whether that is accurate and truthful or not. But I have seen at least.
Let my phone charge.
It may very well be the case that he was a stalker before he became an assassin. That wouldn't be unusual at all. Because, well, I mean, honestly, history shows that would be pretty normal when you're driven by hatred taught to you by the Democratic Party and by Barack Obama and the broader so-called leadership of the Democrat Party over the course of years, and lefties on college campuses, that everybody's Hitler, everybody's a fascist. And that's the Democrat rhetoric. And I talked about this earlier this week before Charlie Kirk was shot and killed, before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And I played some, I think it was when the Democrats were screaming, "You're Hitler," to Donald Trump and to J.D. Vance and the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, when they were dining at a restaurant in Washington, D.C., "You're Hitler." And if you convince a generation of mental dwarves, that would
Let's
be
not forget that young intern from Boston, Massachusetts,
where you do is Hitler, while they literally
working in the White House, murdered.
And they call it choice. They exterminate up to 40% of the black population in big cities all over America.
It's like this guy is a U.S. citizen.
They call you Hitler. They harvest their organs of the aborted babies.
That's the only difference.
In medical
This guy happens to be a citizen.
Joseph Goebbels would be very proud. For Democrats, that was a big
worst thing. Fucking homegrown terrorist.
And I got to tell you,
that's the worst.
So close to being
an American fucking committing treason against their country. You're fucked in the head, Wiggin.
God, I wish January 6th had never happened and Ashley Babbitt were still
fucking
alive,
idiot.
Because that's the only difference that would have been made is Ashley Babbitt would still be alive. The only person that was.
You know what them fuckers would do to your daughter? She wouldn't be here.
A black police officer.
You were Muslim. You wouldn't be getting no aid from the state to fucking keep her alive. I'll tell you that right now. That's basically what you do. Just keeping her alive. And the fucking taxpayers help you do that. You're an ignorant motherfucker.
On campuses all across America. You guys.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, Tom Carlisle.
Which is a Hamas.
I know you're one of the 6 watching. You got to be. If not, then good. You'll go back and watch it.
You guys don't know what the word Nazi means. If you're looking for Nazis, smell yourselves. You're so close. The organ harvesting, the 1 million+ babies a year, perfectly normal. You guys killed more than 20,000 people in America every year. The last year for which we have solid numbers, 2023. More than 12,000 African Americans were murdered in the United States.
Where's Al Sharpton on this? He's Mr. Political. Right? Politics Nation, Al Sharpton. Where are you, you fucking dumb fuck?
Chicago is more dangerous than Iraq during the war. Chicago, the body count is higher than Afghanistan during the war. And it's all
he got the balls to come here.
Every single person in Chicago. But pay no attention to that.
Wiggins complacent. The state's paying for him to take care of his daughter, and he doesn't have to go anywhere.
And they give out the Margaret Sanger Award to Hanoi Jane Fonda and to Hillary Diane Rodham Clinton, too. They both have their Margaret Sanger Awards at home. A racist eugenicist. Honestly. Man, oh man. The only Klansman that I'm aware to have ever met in my life was a Democrat senator from West Virginia named Robert Byrd, who created the KKK in West Virginia, where it didn't exist before the Democrat senator created it. Man, oh man, of Shevitz. Many-eyed Robert Byrd, Klansman. He was the exalted Cyclops of the Democrat Party. All right, I'm getting all riled up here. Let's go to the telephones and talk to nice people. Let's go to Richard calling from Tallahassee, Florida. Ricardo, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Mr. Plant, good morning.
Welcome.
Our wife and I went to a Charlie Kirk function at the FSU, Florida State University campus early this spring. Fabulous event, thousands of kids. And there they had tables with, buttons on them, And I snatched one and I put it in my drawer. And for the last couple of days, I've been pinning it to my shirt whenever I go anywhere. I'm wearing it around the house. And I'm just wondering if anybody's out there that's got some of them buttons. Let's start wearing those suckers and show.
Later, Matt.
And what is does the button say Turning Point USA?
It does. It does in small print. It says "Vote and Live" in big print, and in blue print it says Turning Point.
Turning Point.
So,
that's a great.
He's a political activist. He wants people to vote.
Let's just start wearing them. What do you think?
Well, I think it's an excellent idea. I think that the governor,
Right at the source, college campuses.
Utah, Governor Cox. Will this be a turning point in American political discourse, in American political history?
Yeah, I did go to college.
Kind of said that remains to be seen, and that's 100% true.
A couple different times.
I tell you, Richard, the
Couple different colleges too.
Turned our country upside down.
3 colleges to be exact.
Because
I'm an alumni at SUNY Canton State University in New York. I'm an alumni at SUNY Potsdam State University at New York, and then I'm an alumni at Clarkson University in Potsdam.
Christian guy. He grew up
The Golden Knights, one of the best hockey college teams we've ever had,
and didn't
other than St. Lawrence University.
At least didn't finish college.
Martha McCallum graduated from St. Lawrence University. Lady on Fox.
I was kicked out of high school and did some city college, and then decided I'd get on with my life and start doing better things. But I just learned these things about him recently.
I grew up on the south side of Chicago. I'm not stupid, and I conceal carry when I put that button up. Just
that is great. Well, you're in Florida, where that's not the most difficult thing in the world to do, and I appreciate that. In D.C., only criminals carry guns because they outlawed guns, and now only outlaws have guns. Although it's getting a little bit easier to get a concealed carry permit in D.C.
JC, afterwards, after the fact, after the chat was shut down, because I tell you, we went backstage. Wiggin left. He was too chicken shit. And she wants to dismiss it that, you seen the title of her chat yesterday. Maybe you didn't. Something to the effect that we're using her chat for bait. She feels like she's been baited. By who, JC? You going to address all of us on that? You going to tell me how Billy Hayden used your chat as bait, JC? Huh? You think I was baiting you last night, JC? I made you go live again, JC. You were done, and you went back live again. Because I put the old pressure on you. You're going to be mad that I used your deceased husband, your ex, you're a widow. I don't know what the fuck to believe, JC. As you let Wiggin and all them fucking have their way with me in your chat and think, Billy's getting dragged when I can't go. You time me out, whatever. All this time, Wiggins been up your ass. Wiggins a pussy. He needs Logical and all them others to fight his battle with me. You're undermining me. You're undermining me. He actually had the nerve to say that I'm undermining his. his work. You're undermining me. No, I'm not. Yeah, I like to submarine you, though. That's what she likes to do. You ever hear her argue with Darren Whitney? Yeah, you want to hear? You want to know some of the things she said about Darren Whitney? And Darren Whitney admitted, Darren Whitney's. I want to do a line of cocaine. You don't like it? Too bad. I'm a grown man. If I want to do a line of cocaine, he did more than one line. You and Wiggin and the rest of you dumb fucks. See, that's the difference between me and all of them. I'm not a cokehead. I don't fucking snort it, and I don't smoke it. I'm not an alcoholic. I wasn't an alcoholic when I got nailed. I just happened to be drunk. I was celebrating my first semester in college. I was getting straight A's and everything. And Wiggin doesn't think I could fucking teach math. I said I could teach math and English. Sure I can, you dumb fucker. Yeah, her contact is us, mainly me. They're in her chat trolling Billy, especially, look at Patrick Rowe, and she sits there and tolerates it. She knows if I come into her chat, just in the side chat alone, right, I take over. They're not fast enough. They're not witty enough. That's right, Guitar J. Who the fuck are you anyways, Guitar J? Who the fuck are you? You just suck, another one sucking JC's ass for what? YouTube fucking chat accreditation? Because she's, I don't know, Miss International or whatever she thinks she is. You enjoy that stuff? You enjoy watching Otto up on that fucking panel like that all the time? You enjoy that, Guitar J? There, Mr. fucking songwriter teacher. Huh? Care who you are. Oh, the guy who just like to say you're all a bunch of piss pots. JC's a piss pot, just like Patrick Rowe. JC is a piss pot, period. Is that even the real Guitar J? Jeez, I wonder if somebody would clone that dumb motherfucker. Oh, I'm a clown? Yeah, well, look what I made JC do. She went live, and she had us up on her panel, and Wiggin cried like the bitch he is. Wiggin's got to hide. I'm not hiding behind any woman's dress. Nope. I do the same for one person as I would the next person. That's what JC doesn't understand. Either that or it pisses her off. You don't see Rusty saying, oh, Billy wants my pussy and carrying on, and then fucking say to people, I told him, no, I don't want to date, and he's mad at me. She's still doing that. Fuck you, Guitar J. You're nobody. Who the fuck are you? Let me see if that's really you. Three subscribers. January 30th, 2024. 3 subscribers, hardly any content. Remember how that fucking Great White North would brag, oh, I timed you out, and Billy, and JC's on and on. But, I haven't been in White House chat. I don't even, is it still up and running? I know Fuck You brags about going there. It's where all the fucking CNN moderators are. It's a fucking fraud. It's a fucking sense of going. I got my own chat now, anyways. I don't need them fuckers.
Opposed to lunatic Democrats.
There's only one.
Missed it.
Chris Plant.
Yeah, JC, why don't you come up here and tell me how I've been using your chat as bait? It's news to me. And you sat there and didn't say a fucking word the whole time. Disingenuous. That's what you are. Dishonest. Bunch of malcontents and miscreants. Yeah. Oh, Billy's a pedo. Oh, he gave drugs to a 14-year-old. Oh, you see, it'll set you up like a motherfucker. All you do is mock people. And when you get mocked back, you get mad.
Live TV and streaming apps so you never miss a moment. And with access to your game stats and scores in one place, it's good.
Yeah, Nate showed up here yesterday, right? I bought that new TV. He's got the 85-inch or whatever it is. The fucking, I guess that's big. That's too big. Fucking 65 is crazy. Nice TV. Big picture. No? You know me, Wiggin. You know, I go live at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'll go live at 6 o'clock at night. That's 6 hours of streaming, and I listen to the news. Gives me something to talk about instead of me having to sit here and try to entertain you. All right? You guys are never fucking happy.
Or just call or text, because at Northern, there's no place like home. Northern Credit Union, mortgage magic in the real world. Call or text 315-782-0155.
I do. I want to know, JC, please explain. Am I one of the ones you're talking about? Was I trying to use you as bait? Am I using you as bait, JC? Is that what you think? Not that I really care what you think, because I really don't. But, you know, this is fun. You're the one I started with. You were explaining to him about, you know, when you had a ranch way back in CNN chat. I asked you the right questions, and you fucking answered them. Yeah, I don't forget shit. Not usually. It's hard, you know. It's hard to be humble when you're as great as I am, JC. And yeah, I have a sister named JC. It's not a common name. That's right. You know, she wants to dismiss it that we're all using her as bait. She wants her own little friends. Well, JC, your own little friends, they go to other chats and they troll us. They make up handles known. We don't know who they are. All right. Even if you check, and they post things. JC, just what you do. You bragged about it with 6 feet under. Yeah, she does it to herself. Yes. Yeah. And then you don't want me to react at all. Hey, Billy, don't watch my chat, you say. Don't watch my chat, Billy. You mad because I watch your chat and I fucking say shit. But it's okay for you to do it to others. Sorry. No. That's the name of the game right there. Same thing with Wiggin. So, you know, I miss content, so I make sure I provide him with the content he needs. He's going to have forever content with me around. and the other people. Because I do speak for other people. Because I'm not a hypocrite like you are, JC. I let everybody up. I let everybody up. Yeah. Yeah. For what reason? Yeah, Angie's sitting there like.
The history of Rent-A-Center is here. From September
You got to do that, JC. Then just stick to Diamond Art. Don't talk about nobody else in chat who runs streams, JC. Don't let your friends clone them. Don't. Who's been using your chat for bait? Geez, I remember going in there with a Wiggin clone and getting away with it. As everybody else goes in there with clones of us and you let them do it. Because you're baiting yourself. You're doing that to draw attention to your chat.
Let's go talk to the nice, normal people. Let's go to Rachel, calling from Clark County, Virginia. Rachel,
I've been to Clark County,
Virginia.
Hey, Chris. Always nice to speak to you. How are you today?
Very well. Very well. Thank you.
Good. I got to say, the last couple of days have been incredibly hard and heavy. I don't think I have ever felt such a loss for somebody I've never met before. But at the same time, I've never felt so much rage and anger. And I've called before and I say, we need to bring insane asylums back. And this could not be a more perfect example. And everybody online that is cheering this, we should start by putting them right in there. And then we can go with the Democrats and Maxine Waters and the rest of them who called for this. I wonder if they're happy now.
Well, the thing is, I think most of them are happy now. I think most of them incite by nature, the Maxine Waters of the world, who incite people to harass and confront and attack people at gas stations and restaurants.
Yo, they got Charlie Kirk, bro. I've never been happier.
This is the Chris Plant Show. WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 11:30. I'm Scott Lynn. A suspect is in custody in the shooting of Charlie Kirk.
I don't want to go too far. I'd like to tell you some stories at how it happened, but essentially somebody that was very close to him turned him in.
President Trump earlier today, Utah Governor Spencer Cox said the 22-year-old suspect is believed to have acted alone. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer is willing to risk a government shutdown at the end of the month if Republicans don't accept his demands on health care. Majority leader.
I know. I just tuned in. I just looked at it. That's why I'm grinning.
The president told Fox and Friends today that city is the next
fucking hilarious.
The National Guard in the fight against crime. Traffic and weather next.
I warned her. Then she wants to dismiss it that she's being used. What a dumb fuck.
Where they've got battery solutions in the form of free
wow. It's just.
battery charging and replacement.
Hey, JC, if you want to get underneath my skin, you've done it.
Battery destination. AutoZone.
Here's Steve Hirschhorn with the latest from the Heat Project Cleaning Traffic Center.
Rapid Valley now on the outer loop, very slow from just before the 270 spur across the American Legion Bridge to the Georgia.
Crawl right my side.
The left lane. Now we have in that backup disabled vehicle on the outer loop right after the 270 spur. And
more like price you pay for trolling. You're not streaming. You're trolling. You're trolling.
Virginia southbound slowest stretch right now is from 1 to Woodbridge down to 123. Now for garage door repair time.com, the WMAL 7 forecast.
For this afternoon, sunny skies, high near 82, clear tonight, low of 59. Saturday, sunny, high again near 83. Sunday, warmer, sunny, high of 87. Monday, sunny, high of 85. Right now, 78 Reagan National. I'm Scotland on News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
But I don't want to get a flu shot.
Me look.
You don't want to get the flu again. It's just a teensy little poke.
Hi guys, I know you don't like needles, so I brought Fuzzy.
What is that?
It's a device that uses vibration and ice to help take the sting out of shots.
See, hun, that wasn't so bad.
Wait, you did it already?
Yep, Fuzzy helps. And Kinney is the only pharmacy that has him.
I'm going to tell everyone I know.
Great. They can schedule online at kinneydrugs.com.
The Mega Millions jackpot is getting mega huge. Head to your favorite New York Lottery retailer and grab a ticket today for your chance at a massive win. Currently over $200 million. Good luck, New York. Please play responsibly.
It's sunshine
fuck.
savings and winter auto sales at Used Car Leader. Plenty of late model vehicles with low miles on the lot right now, like a loaded 2016 Lincoln.
Time is it?
Only $15,999, or a 2020 Acura TLX. Beautiful, low miles, just $27,999. A 2018 Toyota 4Runner, $59,000.
We can sit there and fucking calling Chris Plant an old fuck or whatever. This guy on the radio now, he's a year older than I am. A year older. Mark Levin is almost 4 years older than me. Same age as I'm in his peer group. Mark Levin. Mark Levin was an attorney during the Reagan administration.
He had 5 questions. I had 10. Last week, Dave walked into my office and thanked me for getting him back on his feet. We're Stanley Law, a maximum award people.
Has performance does not guarantee future outcomes. StanleyLawSys.com 1-800-678-3333 in Syracuse and New York and Pennsylvania.
Every touchdown can bring you.
I remember when Angie, that's Angie's biggest kick. Oh, let the haters hate JC. Let the haters hate JC. Never mind the fact that Randy says some of the most disgusting things about women. Same thing with Wiggin.
That's code HEART to get $200 in
Otto come up here. I let him up. And what'd he do? Chewy on my panel, who Chewy and I, I haven't known her. I mean, I've known who the handle is for a while, but not like we spend a lot of time together. She trolled me. Yeah. She has a political view. I listen to it. The Otto's got to turn it into sex fest. So that means he doesn't get any pussy. Time that, never mind. Let him fuck you. Go play with Tom Flash. He's your stupid. Empress Chinchilla, you're just stupid. No, Empress, you're not coming. You already got the link. You come up here, turn your camera on. I know it's you. Guess what? I'm going to fucking slug you right in the face. You ain't all that tough, Empress. You're a fucking pussy boy.
And what CNN is saying is that he became more political in recent years because the governor said that. Inscriptions on some bullet casings. That's what they say.
Hey, Rusty, you noticed 9:00 last night? I wasn't in chats all night long. I went to bed. I tell you, I slept until, 5 o'clock or so. I was up at 5 this morning. I went live at 8 o'clock. I've been live 3 hours, 21 minutes. Shortly after 8.
Demand cultural phrases in the end zones of NFL games that have Democrat Party talking points on them. Keep looting, I think, in the end zone of the New York Jets field. And keep looting, keep killing. Amazing stuff. And they say the most amazing things. The ABC people, what did they have? They had they're soft selling all of this by minimizing the phrasing. Now, again, remember what the governor said about the phrasing here. Also, we've found a Hunter Biden link to all of this as well. But here is Governor Cox.
I don't know if this is really her or not.
What the psycho Democrat wrote on the
That highlights my name.
Shell casings.
Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices bulges, capital OWO, what's this ? Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, !" Catch, !
It's a bullet. Catch.
Up arrow symbol, right arrow, and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow, Chow." And a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO."
laughing my ass off.
Now, I'm going to show you hypocrisy right now, JC. On one hand, you say nobody comes here. You always say, yeah, nobody goes to Billy's chat. What I'm reading here, everybody goes to Billy hoping they can use me. So which is it? Nobody comes here or everybody comes here to use you? It's the Hayden effect. Yes, it is. Hey, answer me that fucking philosophical question, JC, will you please? Because Wiggins always saying nobody comes here. Now you're saying everybody comes here hoping to use you. So I warned you, JC. I warned you. I'm just the right person for this right here. Where's Bud Webster at, JC? I want to talk to Bud Webster. JC, remember when I had the handle bing, 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 ricochet rabbit? I'm going to have to watch that cartoon. I'm going to have to dial up some Hanna-Barberas and fucking get some refresher going. I'm going to do what DA does and do a little plagiarizing. How about it, JC? I'm reading it right in Vegas. Why are you even posting my name? That's what makes it complicated, Rusty. That's the complication. She can't have it both ways. That's why I said that. She can't have it both ways. She's ignorant. Sincerely ignorant at that. All right, nothing. That's all she said, responding, because she's watching me. Her and Wigan have no choice. They have to watch me. Otherwise, they don't have any content. I bring the laughs, whether they're laughing at me or with me. Usually it's with me. Because ain't nobody doing it to them. I possess a talent Wigan will never have. And the same with you there, fucking Dwayne Allman. Fucking calls himself Dwayne Allman, but he's... I know you want to say the guy's name, Neil Young. It's fucking funny.
Your son. But they're like the Nazi party of the 1930s, tearing families apart, getting people to commit to a bloodthirsty, psychopathic, murderous cult, a hate cult. And that is what the Democrat Party really has in common with the fascists of Europe in the 1930s and the 1940s, is that they teach and they foster hatred. Hate is their only value. And they spread violence and murderous intent, don't they, Patty? And I don't mean to be rough on this or be coarse on this, but what you just told me did rile me up a little bit, and I understand the halting voice that you're sharing with us right now, and I'm very happy that you are, and I appreciate your calling in to tell this story. And your son is no different than millions of other Democrats. And that's not comforting. That should be more disturbing to everyone. But the reality is, Patty, that the Democrat Party has inflicted this bloodthirsty hatred on to millions and millions of Americans. They teach it on college campuses. They spread it on cable television shows that are supposed to be journalistic in nature, supposed to be news shows. But your son said that he never thought he'd have a reason to support the Second Amendment. What exactly did he say to you again, Patty?
Celebrate the Second Amendment.
To celebrate the Second, because Charlie Kirk, who never heard a fly in his life, was murdered. And you raised lovingly a wonderful son. You were thrilled to give birth to your son, your holy son, your sacred
Justine,
son.
I'm sick of your shit.
Now he's all grown up.
You're another dumb fucker, Justine.
Oh no. 40-ish.
40-ish. And
come in here, call me a hater. You ain't seen shit yet. Watch how I hate JC. She's going to get every bit of it.
Monsters all over the country, and
so she does the right thing.
Didn't show up with a rifle.
Wiggin place demands on her all the fucking time.
Taught to celebrate that, and
yes.
And he's obviously a Democrat.
I let her speak in my chat.
You could say that.
And he calls himself a liberal.
I've let her speak in my chat.
I assume.
Right. And is he? And you just say
Justine's just got a big mouth on her. She's just another ignorant Canadian.
DC and so on. LGBTQ.
Fucking nonsense.
Q. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
he's gay.
Okay, he's gay. Okay. All right. So he's.
Oh, I took that wrong. I forget. Rusty's talking to JC here, so I gotta let that happen.
So he's.
That's why I'm here.
and he's a Democrat, and he self-describes as a liberal. And this is what liberal.
She's talking to you, JC, not me.
The Democrat.
Justine.
This is what.
I timed you out for saying that. You called me a hater.
Bachelor's degree and
sick of you doing that shit.
Master's degree.
Yep.
So
an impressive job with a law firm. Liberal law firm, shall we say, a big law firm in DC.
Wow. Yeah, bloodthirsty jackals by the millions.
Yep.
And
yes.
I've got to tell you, we live in a very dangerous time. This Charlie Kirk assassination reveals the Democrat Party. And my hope is that it reveals what the Democrat Party really is to millions and millions of people. And I'm very happy that you called in with this story. I'm very sorry that you have to tell this story. I hope to meet you in person around DC one of these days. And
I would love that. You could buy me a Coke on a cheap date.
I'll buy you a Coke and I'll drink beer if you don't mind. And I'll give you a big hug.
I don't mind at all. Two very quick things. I don't want to take up your time. I have a huge platonic crush on you, and then I'll end with, please, your audience, pray for people, my son, and people like you.
That is a very beautiful sentiment in this context, Patty. It genuinely is, and again, it kind of goes to what Governor Cox was saying, and you're saying Governor Cox is your new political hero, and it goes to what he's saying, and he's saying, we didn't riot, we didn't burn, we didn't loot, we didn't destroy, we're not shooting people. That's all the Democrat Party, and they're terrorizing Jewish people because they're Jewish. They're lying to black people because they're black. And I got to tell you, you've told an amazing story here that I know a lot of people are going to remember, Patty, and a lot of people are going to talk about at the dinner table tonight, because you're a wonderful, normal, well-adjusted person who sought to raise your son the best way that you know how. And because of the cultural dominance of the left in the United States, I don't want to single out your son. They've created millions of monsters who are bloodthirsty ghouls. And we played a bunch of audio of young people posting videos of themselves online.
Got a squirrel sitting there looking at me eating a peanut.
Of Charlie Kirk, who they wouldn't have been able to pick out of a lineup a week ago. They have no idea what he said to anybody in his entire life. They have no idea about his two little children, a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, a little girl and a little boy, about his wonderful wife and their new marriage. And the Democrats, they're posting videos of themselves all over the internet expressing their vehement hatred for someone that they never met.
I'm gonna now because rest in peace, Bozo.
This is what the Democrat Party teaches, Patty, and your son has fallen victim to the left and the propaganda, the cultural dominance and the information dominance of the left in the United States has created this monster. I'm very sorry to hear your story.
Love you, Kayla. I am a big fan, obviously.
Well, thank you very much, Patty. And it's wonderful. And God bless you. And may God save us all, because the left is here and the battle for civilization is on. And it was always the United States against the Soviet Union, the slave ship USSR, and against Nazi Germany. My father fought against Nazi Germany as a Navy fighter pilot. My father died when I was a baby. We moved in with my grandfather, my mother's father, who fought in World War I against the Huns of the Kaiser. And the United States always stood in the breach, and we stood to save civilization from evil.
Charlie, I'll give you Wiggins' advice. Pay attention to chat. Read the chat, Charlie. Read the chat, Charlie. Why are you even here, Charlie? Before you said you were never coming here.
And if they can take down the United States, then the slave ship wins. And everyone on earth becomes a slave. Communist China, Communist United States, they want to destroy capitalism. They got the Cloward and Piven strategy to bankrupt the United States. We're $37 trillion in debt now. And the Democrats don't want to pay it down. They just want to keep stealing money from the dead and from children like they steal their organs. The Democrat Party is a menace to civilization on earth. The greatest danger to the humanity in the 21st century is literally the Democratic Party in the United States. Because when the United States is out of the way, then the bad guys win. And they're still everywhere. Man, oh man. I am telling you. Patty, thank you very much for the call. I'm very sorry that your heart is broken over your son. I understand completely, and I rightly blame the Democrat Party. Let's go back to the telephones, Michael. Thank you, Patty. God bless. Let's go to Nabil, calling from the great state of Arkansas. Nabil, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Nabil.
Hello, Chris. How are you doing, sir?
Very well. How about you?
Good. Not the first time I called you. Not the first time I talked to you, if you remember.
I remember your name. I remember you calling in from Arkansas before. Yes, I do.
Yes, yes. Well, I'm going to give you my little perspective on this whole Charlie Kirk thing from a Muslim perspective. Okay, I didn't agree with him on his stance on Islam. However, what was done on that day was an act against all of us as a nation.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot kill someone for speaking out. I would have loved to debate Charlie Kirk on Islam.
Uh-huh.
I would have loved it. But I would never have wanted to kill him. It doesn't matter if I disagree with him on everything or nothing.
Randy believes that. Randy wants to kill me. He wants to silence my voice. He's mad because I speak out. Look what goes on in JC's chat. And then she says that we're using her for bait. Are you fucking kidding me, JC? You really believe that? Or you just want the drama? Well, I tell you what, JC, if you want the drama, I'm going to bring it to you.
And against the original Islam. And he did say a few things about FGM which were not true. Now, I would have loved to debate him on those things.
Uh-huh.
But like I said, killing him was not the way to go.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be me. It could have been me.
Yeah. Well, Nabil, and talking about the Prophet Muhammad, I'm guessing you talked about Aisha, the 9-year-old wife. Am I right?
Right.
Okay.
And
See, I never heard him talk about that, but that's a well-established criticism of the Prophet Muhammad, right?
Right. Yeah, but at the time when he was alive, there wasn't a prohibition on him about that.
There was no prohibition on that?
There was no prohibition, no criticism either.
Well, and if I remember my Islam properly, Nabil, he didn't deflower her until she was 11.
Until she crossed puberty. I think that's the standard practice. In fact, it's also the same case in Judaism.
Yeah.
His eighth wife, Safiya, was, I think, 17 when she married him, and she had already been married twice before, the Jewish men.
Huh?
Before that. Yeah. So
Well,
back in those days,
yeah,
it was not normal. It was not abnormal.
Right.
In fact, it was just normal. It was like, hey, so what?
Yeah, well, yeah, and those are cultural things. And Nabil, and I'm sure it sounds like you're a reasonable guy and you understand and you appreciate them. And also cultural differences. And also when the
funniest thing the squirrels do is when they shove 2 of those peanuts in a chipmunk, they'll get at least 3 of them.
and it would be perfectly normal to marry a Jew before the existence of Islam. The Prophet Muhammad came along creating the religion of Islam, of course, and then things have been pretty interesting ever since, I've got to say. Nabil, I'm happy that you called in. I appreciate your calling. And it sounds like you and I could hang out together and talk. I think there's a lot to talk about.
You're listening to The Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
It's Sunshine Savings and Winter Butter Sales, a used car leader. Plenty of late model vehicles with low miles on the lot right now, like a loaded 2016 Lincoln MKX, only $15,999, or a 2020 Acura TLX, beautiful, low miles, just $27,999. A 2018 Toyota 4Runner, 59,000 miles, would look perfect in your driveway.
So the biggest question is, why did Tyler Robinson shoot Charlie Kirk? 10 years younger. And JC's worried about her chat where the biggest race baiter sits being used as bait. JC, do you understand this person did this because they hate Trump? You understand that? Your friends Whippermantle and all the other ones are gloating over this. That's what's pissing me off about you the most right now, JC. You're supposed to be some type of journalist. You like talk about the news on you know. And Rusty is right on point. You don't let people speak. And when they do get a word out, you fuck with them. I don't know if I get away with playing the cars. No, I see that too. I see that. Sometimes people forget. You think I'd get away with playing Hank Williams Jr. Born to Boogie album? I listen to it all the time. Born to Boogie. What if I get away with playing that? They'll block this out in some area, whatever. It won't be a strike or anything, but they have. I went to whatever. You guys are weird at Google. I should be CEO of Google just for the personnel side of it. And Wigan, why don't you come on up here and talk to me about my behavior? I dare you. Sometimes people forget. We'll see what happens.
Okay, right leg. Are you with me? Hey, hand. We doing that?
Well, my mama met my daddy down in Alabama. They tied the knot, so here I am. Born on the bayou on the Texas line. Loved in Louisiana, raised on jambalaya. Now before I could walk, I had a guitar in my hand. By the time I could talk, I had my own band. I went on the road when I was 8 years old. When I turned 15, I was stealing the show. Money to burn and the girls were pretty. It didn't take me long to learn that I was born to boogie. When I was 18, I went to Hollywood. I met Elvis and Marilyn and Johnny B. Good. Got my guitar painted in the California sun. A red Cadillac had too much fun. Now we were playing them halls in Janet then, and we moved it on over to MGM. They said, this is the boy we've been telling you about. He lit a cigar and stuck his hand out.
You're not coming up, Charlie. I don't want to talk to you. I'm not letting you up. And I'm not banning you either. Get the fuck out of my face. Charlie's in my backstage, but I'm not letting him up. I don't want to talk to you, Charlie. You can go back to Wigan, and then Wigan can brag that you defeated me on my own panel because I wouldn't let you up. Go ahead. But I'm not letting you up. I don't want to talk to you. My name is Bo Siemens, and I drink whiskey about a gallon, he says. Post all you want in my private chat. Go ahead. I don't care, Charlie. I'm not letting you up. It ain't going to be long. I'm leaving. I'm pretending I'm playing a piano. All right. I want to thank everybody for coming. If it was downpouring, raining, I probably wouldn't go anywhere. It's sunny and bright out, and there's a fucking Suzuki sitting out there, and it's all mine at the moment. What are you gonna do? You sit here and fucking troll JC? I'm gonna do that later. I could leave this chat up if I wanted and not give a fuck about the hours, but you know what, JC? I'm gonna be conservative. I'm gonna fuck you up, bitch. So I'm gonna take a break, and I'll see everybody when I get back. Bye, Charlie. You ain't gonna, I'm fucking kicking you before I leave. say goodbye. Bye, everybody. I'll be back later.